Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Another great day, another day that we are up. Fantastic, 0.64, another $664 today. Don't tell me that investing doesn't pay. Stay in the market. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn. I've got some audio coming through. Let me just mute that. There we go. You might notice that we don't have the ticker running at the bottom of the channel today. There is an error with the provider that provides on TradingView, that provides my... is it going to come through? No, we're not going to get it. This is provided by TradingView, and there can be some outside issues. We'll try again. No. So we'll work on that later on. Anyway, that's not currently working. Never mind. Anyway, lots to talk about today. Of course, the golden era is here potentially. We'll talk about all the different stocks today. We've got some analysis to do. There's no closing bell show today. I've got to go to my annual dermatology test. Aaliyah likes to take me to sit there in my underpants on a table while a doctor comes in and makes sure I haven't got any sort of strange marks on my body. So that's what I'll be doing today at the closing bell. Not that you want to care or no. My members do. They do care what's going on. So anyway, I'm only joking. But yeah, that's why there's no closing bell. But to make up for that, as you know, we're always undersell and over-deliver here. So if we take something away, we add more back. We're going to do some reviews today. Absolutely, we're going to do some more reviews today, and we're going to then post them as their own videos later on this afternoon, so we can so you can get that information. That TradingView is still not going to work. All right, so now then, well, we're here. Also, we've got a lot of reaction from last night. Sensei did a great show. Many of you tuned in for a great show last night with Sensei. Thank you very much indeed. He started making videos for me again and putting those videos out last night. So here are some things you may have missed last night. So we're just going to show you what you may have missed. If you go on the homepage of the channel and you look at here, you can see there's several things you may have missed. First of all, along the top tabs, we got community. We ran some polls last night. Let's have a look at our polls. How busy were these polls? We asked you, will Enphase survive? 40 votes, 53% say yes. This should give you some encouragement of how people are feeling with the stock. So 53%. 40 votes, Enphase. Please make sure that you go and vote on these right at the top of the page. Still chance to vote. Across the home page here, community, you can go and vote on the channel, right? So let's scroll down. What else did we do? We also did plug, 61 votes. A lot more interest on our channel in plug than there is in Enphase, at least on this poll. Will plug survive? 61 votes. 48% say no. That should just alert you a little bit. 48% of our investors are saying no, plug will not survive. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this into a video because this is a really important segment. I'm going to do that. Let's do that right now. Okay, so what's the time? It's only 5 minutes, isn't it? Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Investor sentiment. Okay, investor sentiment. Let's do that. Let's run that a second. Okay, here we go. Investor sentiment. Do you want to know what people really feel about the stocks that you invest in? Do you want to really know what people think? Are they buying? Are they selling? What's their thoughts on it? And coming from people who are not manipulating the stock, my members of my channel, real traders, real investors, not those wishing to pump and dump stock. Remember, I only own the S&P. I know I have some Coca-Cola right now on my Roth, but on my main account, only the S&P. I never pump and dump stock. I'm trying to provide the best, most honest live channel in the world. Well, we have a service for you which has been running for a while, but you may not be aware of it. And it provides me with great insight to see how people are looking at stocks, what's important, what's trending. And it's becoming more and more popular day by day. Gives me a good idea how people feel. At the end of the day, if people feel a stock's going down and they dump it and short it, it probably will. So it's a very, very good indicator. So perhaps TradingView and everybody else should come to me and say, we need a new indicator on our chart, and I can provide this. So are you ready? You might want to take part in this. Smash the like button if you like this so far, and click subscribe and ring the bell. As you can see, I'm up 46% this year just on the S&P by buying the dips with margin, $33,000. Thank you very much. What am I talking about? Right. If you go on the home page of the channel, right where you're watching this now, you can see across the top, there's the home button, there's the banner. Look, if I zoom into you, you will see the home button, videos, shorts, live, podcast. I have my own podcast, of course, playlist, community. That's what you're talking about. This is our very own X, our very own Facebook, our very own everything. It's our internal family chat room where we can find out what real investors, not pump and dumpers, not bots, not scammers, not trolls, actually think about the stocks. This is a very useful tool. So, and it's becoming more and more useful as we go. I've noticed not many YouTubers actually use this, and they miss out on a great opportunity to gain information about everything to do with their stocks. So, Enphase. Here is our first poll. Will Enphase survive? I'll just zoom backwards and forwards to keep it nice and clear for you. We had 40 votes, as you can see here. 40 votes. And if we scroll over here, you will see 53% say yes. 53% say Enphase will survive. Now, not only can you up-like this will rank on Google, by the way, these questions. Also, you can leave a comment. Really, really important. These things rank on Google as search terms. Plug. Will Plug survive? Will Plug survive? Now, this is interesting. 61 votes. It's more popular stock on our show. More people watch Plug than Enphase. And 48% say no. That's very interesting. That tells me a lot about what my investors are thinking. SMCI, 70 votes. That's currently trending high on our show. Yes, 50%, 39% say no. All right, again, leave a comment, leave a like. This will trend on Google and often gets picked up, I've noticed recently, on Reddit and places like that. So people do notice these polls and start talking about them. ACHR, 46 votes. This was only done, by the way, last night. These are just a few hours, look, 17 hours old. These are brand new, but these will run continually, so you can see how things will change over time. Yes, 48% say ACHR, Archer, Aviation. What about Tilray? Tilray, not quite as popular on our channel. Tilray, is Tilray going to survive? Yes, 42% 40. 48% say no. A lot of negativity now with Tilray. People concerned about the stock. Tesla. Is Tesla going to $400? Now, that's an interesting one. That's our number one vote. We only posted it last night. 116 votes. 72% say yes, Tesla is going over $400. That's worth knowing, right? That's worth knowing. We do have a comment and we do have one like at the moment. 3 likes. By liking and leaving comments, this will rank up on Google. Google will find these text banners and post them as actual links on Google, not just YouTube, Google, for sentiment on the stock. Extremely powerful way to know what people are really thinking about a stock. Nvidia. Is Nvidia going to $200? This had 6 likes. By the way, at the end of this, I'll quickly go back and see if you've all liked these and see if the numbers have gone up. So if you could all just quickly tap the like and leave a comment on these, it'd be interesting to see how they move. Nvidia, 18 hours ago, is Nvidia going to $200? Massive. 85% of you, very bullish. 85% of you say yes, Nvidia is going to $200. Palantir just posted this one. Is Palantir going up or down this week? 4 likes so far, 99 votes. Very, very popular on our channel. 60% of you say yes, Palantir is going up this week. One final one. We have Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going over $100,000? 94 likes. Very popular, but not our most popular one. Tesla was. Bitcoin going over 100,000. 71% of you say yes. Now then, very important. I'm going to finish on that. Most of you got it right about the rates, of course, with the FOMC report. Now then, if you want these polls to gain more traction, learn more from people, what you can do is you can click the share button, share it on your social media, leave a comment, leave a like. This is basically our very own X account, our own Facebook account, our own stock twits, our own Reddit. However, it's a lot more powerful, a lot more useful, because the only people who can take part in this are our viewers who watch the show, who engage with the show, who are subscribers. Bots can't do it. Scammers won't do it. They won't engage in this part of the sort of member side of the channel. So go and take part in that. I think you'll find that very, very interesting indeed. So there we go. All right, I'll leave that with you. Go and click above my head for all the links. What I will do is I'll post this video about this polling system, a way to identify trending stocks and sentiment. I shall put it on my X and my Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else, threads. You might want to go and engage with it and share it and make it become a major part of our show. I think it could be very, very useful. Click down below in the description. I'll also pin it to the comments. Over here, I shall put more information that you'll find useful, and down here another video I think you'll find useful. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, I think that's quite cool, don't you? I think that's really cool. Very excited about that. Right, let me read the comments. Chris Hargreaves has just become a member. Stacey Bailey, did you do a super chat or a super sticker? I don't think super stickers show on the screen, but super chats do. Some people have started doing super stickers. I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you, veterans. Bless you and yours. Absolutely right. So, that being said, I want to do something. Okay. Memorial Day. Okay. We would like to take the do that again. Get it right. We would like to take a moment on our show today to remember all of those that were lost and were injured in wars all around the world. Yesterday in the UK, it was oh flipping heck! I can't believe I just done that. Memorial Day. I can't believe I just forgot the name of it. Remembrance Sunday. I've got to start that again now. That was rubbish. Okay. We would like to take a moment to thank all of those who have served in the armed forces all around the world. Yesterday we had oh, bloody hell. Okay. Should I just stick to the US? It'd be easier. Why am I messing up? All right, okay. Third time. Bloody hell. We would like to take a moment this morning to thank all of those who have served in the armed forces, overseas and at home. Sadly, we've lost many friends over the... This is just ridiculous. When it gets like this, when I start making a couple of mistakes, it just falls off a cliff. This is what happens. Armistice Day, yeah. Once you start messing it up, it just goes one after another. You just can't get it right. I'm trying to get this right. We'll try again, shall we? Is it fourth time lucky? All right. Veterans. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm adding too much to it. We would like to take a moment to remember all of those today on Veterans Day. We'd like to offer our thanks and support to all of those who protect and stand between us. Oh, for God's sake. Have I ever done this on a show before? I've never done this live, have I? All right. Yeah, Fight Channel's loving this. He's thinking, keep it going. Keep it going, mate. I've got so much material for Barbie. This is great. At least a veteran here can actually see the funny side in this. All right, I'll try again. This is ridiculous. All right, focus. I've got stocks to cover here. I'm trying to do something nice. This has never happened, has it? It's kind of weird, really. Kind of weird. It's a weird thing because I'm sat here on my own, really. There's no one else here. It's kind of weird. Anyway. We would like to thank all of those today on Remembrance. This is ridiculous. Veterans Day. I've got to simplify it. I don't know why it's not working. Veterans Day. All of us here on Martyn Lucas Investor and Martyn Lucas Music, all my viewers, would like to think of those just for a moment today on Veterans Day. We thank you for your service, and in honor of your service, I would like to pay tribute to you. And now, this is the anthem of the United States of America.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So we'd like to say thank you for your service to all of those that have sadly lost their lives in wars or become seriously injured. Thank you for your service. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. Thank you to all of those that have served around the world. Thank you. God save the King, and God bless America. Okay, we got it in the end, didn't we? Did we get it in the end? Was that okay? 9 times. That was all right, wasn't it? That'll go out later. Took 9 times to get it right. Okay. Let's come back to our main positions, see where we are. We've got some analysis to do today, and we've got some strategies. Okay. Let me read all the comments just coming in. Let me see if I've got that ticker working yet. Oh, it's loaded. There we go. The ticker is now loaded once again. That saved me a job. I thought I was going to have to go back and do that. Anyway, let me give this to you. Would you like all the information, the latest charts, the technical charts on all of your favorite stocks? Well, we have them here for you. A lot of you missed it last night, so I created individual videos for all of your favorite stocks, so you won't miss a thing. Shall I share with you what we have for you? We've just put this out. First of all, we have a members-only exclusive. This came out last night for the members to be able to buy Mobix Labs. I'm going to tell you nothing about it other than the fact it's a world exclusive. It's inside information. You got the information before anybody else. My members were given this video telling them exactly what's about to happen. You can go and check that out. It's now available for general public, but the members had a 12-hour head start on that one. Okay, we have a chart for Palantir. We've just done a technical chart for Palantir. You might want to look at that one. Tilray Brands, a technical chart for Tilray Brands. Also, Super Micro Computer. Interesting stock this. Is it a fraud? Is it going to zero? Well, we've been running a poll this morning. You might want to find out. My previous video, I gave you a sentiment of investor sentiment and a poll with all of these stocks. I'll give you a link to it at the end, and you can see what everyone who's investing in these is doing. Are they buying? Are they selling? Are they shorting the stock? What's the sentiment? I'll give you a link to it at the end of this, and you can see exactly what all my investors are doing. All right, Enphase chart. An Nvidia chart. I will give you a little spoiler alert, actually, on our poll. You did say overwhelmingly that Nvidia was going to $200. Kind of spoiler there. Not going to do any more, though. Tesla chart. This was an interesting one. I asked an interesting question on this poll, and very interesting outcome. Very, very popular poll. I'll give you the link at the end. But there's a Tesla chart. There's also a Archer Aviation chart you might like. 2 to go. Robinhood chart. Now, this one was interesting because it was asked by a member who was a little bit confused. Our Zaxate, bless him, he said, can you cover the, can you do a chart on the upcoming earnings of Robinhood? And of course, Sensei took him on his word and did the chart. Of course, the earnings was last week, but the chart still makes sense. Everything is good. Sensei just did it without checking when the earnings is. It's why whenever anyone requests to me, can I do something, I always confirm it first. Maybe Sensei will next time. You always learn from these events. And there's one more, there's two more. There's a Bitcoin chart. Now, we did another poll on this one, which you might find interesting as well. So go and check that out. And you know what? There's two more. Look at that, the last two. There is Skechers. This was a surprise. Wasn't expecting to do Skechers in the show, but we did. We've got a full technical chart on that. And finally, if you want a bit of fun, Robinhood stole my gold. Yes, they did. They stole my gold. If you want to know all about that, go and check that out. Now, what I was talking about earlier about the polls, the sentiment of what's going on and how to measure the market was this. If you go to the home page of the channel back here at the top, I'm going to give you the link as well, but here at the top you can scroll across and you can find the community tab. And in the community tab we have our own like X, Facebook, you name it, Reddit, StockTwits, but far more useful because real investors, real traders, not bots, scammers, those trying to promote stock, just those who own it, my viewers, tells you what people are thinking. So I'm not going to let you see, but we'll start off by just showing you Enphase pops in. All right, so you can go and check that out and see what people feel. So I'll give you the links to all of that now. Click above my head and I will give you the link to the community tab, but of course you can find it yourself. It's on the homepage of the channel down below in the description. I'll also put the links to some of these playlists, in fact, I'll give you the link to the playlist Sensei, the Oracle of Investor Street. He has a playlist with all his charts in, and they're all in order as they come out. So he's been doing charts for a year for me, but you can see the ones he's just done, about 12, I think, and you can go and check this out. So I'll give you the playlist for that above my head, down below in the description. I'll also pin to the comments as well. Over here, I'll put the full playlist so you can go and check out Sensei's. In all those videos will be in one. And I'll put something down here which you might find interesting. That's it from me. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right. Okay. charts you missed. Whoops. What time was that? That time was 24. That was 20. I'd say 20. Okay. Let's read the comments. I'm just reading what Fight Channel is saying. All right, okay. He's loving it, isn't he? Right. I want to, where is it now? I want to do a thank you here to Stacey Bailey. A wonderful super chat has just appeared. Thank you very much indeed. Bang! There you go. Stacey Bailey just gave me a wonderful super chat. There it is on the screen. Thank you, veterans. Bless you and yours. And we also had another super chat just come through as well. Thank you very much indeed. And Roy1 said, keep up the good work, Martyn. Thank you very, very much indeed. I love it. Shoot beat doobie 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 doo. All right, we like that. There you go. Another little feature for season 4. Right, got to keep you on your toes. Right, okay. Let's go through the comments. Good morning, Stephen Lewandowski. Good morning, everyone. I thought Annoy was a troll. Guess not. No, Annoy is not a troll. How about that? You got it wrong. Good morning, Annoy1. Just buying the dip. You don't add cash. You don't add cash. Just buying the dip. I'm not sure what you mean, bag of holding. I'm adding money every single month. Buy Tesla. Plug. Was predicted to have a good earnings this quarter. Hope so. Right. If we get a member who does a $5 super chat, I will cover the plug earnings tomorrow morning. You have a couple of earnings to choose from. And remember, I can do... What's happened there? Let me get rid of that. I can do 4 earnings a day. Okay? I can do 4 earnings a day. Now, today... After hours. No, tomorrow. I beg your pardon. Right. Right. Here we go. This is what you can have. I'll start again. So if you want an earnings, you have to be a member, and it's a $5 super chat. If you want me to make a promo video, analyze the stock, do the earnings, post it, promote it, cover it, and all the rest of it. So tomorrow morning, we can do 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. What have we got for you to choose tomorrow? It's first come, first serve. Whoever chooses it first, that's it. We can do 4 a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. We've got tomorrow morning, first come, first serve. You've got to be a member. You've got to do a $5 minimum super chat. Shopify is tomorrow morning. Home Depot is tomorrow morning. ONONSE. Shift 4 for FOUR. Plug Power is tomorrow morning. If you want me to cover Plug Power tomorrow morning, get up early and cover Plug Power. BITF AZN. Novavax NVAX. Remember, not only do you get the information directly from the official earnings, but it ranks on YouTube. People learn about it. You know, other channels do it. They don't rank for it. We rank for it. So we rank for a lot of these. I know we rank for Plug. All right. Anyway, I think we rank number 1 or 2 for Plug. Anyway, that's in the morning. You can have 1 or 2 of those. First member to choose it and do a $5 super chat. After hours tomorrow night. You've got, and these are just the highlights. There are many, many more. You might have a favorite stock that you want. These are just the ones that we have for our main ones that we talk about. We have Spotify, Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab is available. OXY, Oxy, Carver, CAVA, Soundhound, SOUN. We ranked number 1 for Soundhound. I think we ranked number 2 for Rocket Lab. Mara, Cart, CART, Wolf, WULF, SWKS, Rumble. RUMZI and STNE. There you go. So, where's the link? I remember that nonsense, that debacleness. I remember all of that. That was crazy. Do you know, I think that's really useful because I'm going to be off this afternoon. I'm not going to be here at the closing bell. I can't mention this for the morning. So what I'm going to do, because this afternoon, I'm going to a dermatology appointment, so I can't be on air. So what I'm going to do is earnings. Whoops. 30 earnings. Right. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do a video. It might already be gone by the time I do this, though. Ready? Let's see. Okay. Earnings. Oh, hello. Hang on a minute. It's already changing. GOVX earnings. GOVX earnings. Let me just check why these alerts aren't coming up. They should be coming up. We got a super chat here just come in for David Dewan. David Dewan has just done a super chat on the screen. Thank you very much indeed. A super chat from David Dewan. We'll see if we can do that now. So unlike Sensei, who goes, yeah, okay, and doesn't check, I'm going to check. GOVX. When is it? GeoVax Labs. It is November the 12th. After hours, tomorrow. Was that one on the list there? I didn't see. Oh, yeah, look at that. That was one not even on the list. November 12th, preview earnings call. Let me check what they're doing. It's 3:30. So here we go. All right, first one's gone. GeoVax is gone. You can't, there's only one more for the closing bell. You've got Rocket Labs, Spotify, Rumble. There's a few, Oxy, whoever's first. So let me just submit this so I can register. So it's GeoVax 3:30. Okay. Let me register for this. I have to sign up for it and all sorts of stuff. Martyn Lucas. Do I really have to do this? Yeah, you do. Gets me on another mailing list. Martyn at martynlucas.com. Okay. Submit. Okay. There it is. There's the GeoVax. That's all there. GeoVax is in the system. Okay, so now we're going to go and do that one because that one's now just been booked. So that's one gone. Okay. 30 earnings. Let's make that 32 now. We've got time before the bell goes, right? Okay, here we go. Earnings. Do you want live earnings? Do you want analysis to follow the earnings? Do you want the stock promoted on YouTube so it ranks very often number one on YouTube? I'm proud to say that most of our stocks that we cover, when we go live, we rank number one. So people know about the stock, hear about the stock, and we cover the earnings better than anyone. I can honestly say that because we provide the official earnings in 4K, Ultra HD quality with the best sound. Then we have debate, live phone-ins, everyone gets answered. There's no ranting and raving and silly trolling and messing around. No sitting with baseball caps on and backwards glasses and making silly predictions. I'm not trying to pump the stock. I only own the S&P. And we provide a service where we can do 4 earnings a day. We have 2 channels, so we have 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. 4 earnings a day. So if you want your earnings covered and you want analysis and you want the promotional video made, the whole thing done for you, and then you can join in and be featured on the earnings as well. You can call into the show if you want to, then you can. It's a members only perk with a minimum $5 super chat. That's all. So basically I'm earning about 10 cents an hour with the amount of work that I put in to put it out after tax and YouTube commission. So let me share with you what you can choose for tomorrow night, which is Tuesday, November the 12th, or in the morning. You have a couple of choices, and we've just had one go in the last few seconds. This was GeoVax from David Ewan. So you've already got one gone. There's 3 spaces now left. Tomorrow morning, you can have, before the open, get up early, you can have Shopify, Home Depot, ONONSE 4, Plug Power. We rank number 1 in the world for that. BITF, AZN, and NVAX. And there are many more. These are just the ones we're highlighting, okay? We could go on forever. After hours tomorrow night, well, there's not 2 spots available now. There's only 1 available. You could have Spotify, Rocket Lab, OXY, Carver, Soundhound. We rank number 1 in the world for Soundhound. Mara, Cart, Wolf, SWKS, Rumble. We rank number 2, I think it is for that one, ZI and STNE. So there are all the stocks that are coming out today. There are more every single day. Go and check your favorite stock, see when its earnings are, and if you want a full earnings plus review plus analysis plus the videos to promote it and all the rest of it, so it ranks your stock up, not to pump and dump the stock. I only own the S&P, but I am very keen to provide the best, most live, most honest, most real service to all of my members. Just for $5. There you go. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I'll put more videos that you might find interesting. And down here, I'll put something else. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, GeoVax. That's tomorrow night. I've got that locked in now. So, talking of which, I will need to do that now. So let me make the promo video. Hi all, Henrik, good morning to you. Good morning, James. Henrik, good morning. I'm back, Stacey Bailey. Anyone else in GeoVX? No one wants plug. I'm surprised that nobody wants plug, but there you go. Let's have a look. GeoVax. GeVX. Have I got that wrong? GeoVX. GeoVax Labs. Okay. GeoVax Labs. So this is tomorrow night, right? Okay. This is November 11th. November 11th. Okay. Locked in. GeoVax Labs, ticker symbol GOVX. Earnings, join me. This was just requested by David Ewan, one of our members. If you are a member of our channel and you do a minimum $5 super chat, I will cover the earnings for you. Make this promotional video, put it out, promote the stock, analysis, live phone-ins, and all the rest of it. And we very often rank number 1. So we're going to cover GeoVax. Now, if you don't join us live in a live show, you can actually do a super thanks, exactly the same as a super chat, to a comment of a video, so you can actually book in an earnings. However, if it's done as a super thanks, I can't confirm it because I'm not talking to you live at the time, and the spot may have already gone. So just bear that in mind. We've only got 3 spots left for tomorrow. This was the first one of 4. Okay, so GeoVax is after hours tomorrow night. Join us with full analysis and, of course, the earnings itself. Click above my head for the link to the earnings down below in the description. I'll also pin the earnings to the top of the comments as well. Right here, I shall put it. It'll take you there automatically. If you watch to the end of this video, it will take you to the earnings automatically. And down here, I shall put another playlist that you will find useful, probably the GeoVax playlist. How about that? In fact, yes, that's what I will do. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right. $20 minutes to go. Right, we're locked in now. Let me check Discord. Have we got anyone that needs upgrading on Discord at the moment? I don't think we do. Ed Nevius, Very busy this morning. Ed Nevis' scalp trades. Wow. This is a very popular. David Ewan's in there. Who else have we got in this morning? David's talking directly with Ed Nevius, providing scalp trading. I love this. Loved seeing this. Very popular. RW Spitzer. Look at this. I really like this. I own some GOVX. Well, join us, Classic Kana. You will get the earnings tomorrow night. Okay, now then. Have you noticed that Robinhood have changed the colours? They're more fluorescent. You noticed that? It used to be green. Now it's like yellow. And red used to be red, and now red is like orange. Not sure I like it, really. But anyway, can't do much about it. I own some GOVX. David Ewan's going, have I got to pay for plug 2? Nobody wants it. I don't know why. They're just playing silly buggers at the moment. Somebody will book. I actually think by the time this video comes out, once I put it out, I would expect that Rocket Lab will go, Home Depot will go, Shopify will probably go. It'll be Novavax is popular as well. And Rumble. Oh, and SoundHound. I forgot. So it won't last very long. As soon as the video comes out, somebody will book something. Okay, let's... how long have we got before the bell? We've got 15 minutes. So I want to share with you my strategy. Okay. My strategy. What time is it? The time is... Wow, what's happened here? That's weird. 28 watching. That's strange. That's our lowest numbers for forever. Where's everybody gone? Is there a technical issue this morning? 28 watching. That's very low. Why has that happened? That's never happened before. 28, 24 before the bell. That's strange. I wonder why. Is it because I changed the title today? 19. That's weird. Oh, Shopify. Shopify has gone. Shopify. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's have a look. Shopify. That's tomorrow morning. So let me check it for you. Robinhood. Shopify is now gone. Let me get it up. Let me just check it. I always like to confirm it. Shopify November 12th preview earnings call. November 12th. Register for event. What time is it? It's not saying. I hate when they don't say. There it is. Shopify. Here we go. Shopify. This is then GOX. This is 7:30. This is 7. So we go early for 7:30. And go November the 11th. And let's register for the event. Okay. Add to calendar. Yeah, I always do that anyway. Okay. Okay, that's locked in as well. Yep, that's booked in. So that's tomorrow morning. I knew Shopify would go. Surprise plug hasn't gone. But it will in a minute, I think. Or if somebody else picks something else. Oops. Not plug, sorry. Oh, plug's barcoding. Is that shop? It is, isn't it? Ticker symbol. Good ticker symbol, isn't it? Shop. Right. Okay. Let's get this one done. Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP. We're covering the earnings tomorrow morning, which is November the 12th, early morning. So join us nice and early in the morning for Shopify. Not only will you get the official earnings, but you'll also get the video afterwards, upgraded and enhanced for better quality, put out later on as its own video. We often rank number 1 for our stocks. I think this one will probably rank sort of 2, 3. We've not done much on Shopify. We've done a bit, but join us for the earnings. Not only will you get the official earnings, but you'll also get a live phone in if you wish to call in. Also, we'll be analysing the stock, looking at all the numbers, the balance sheets, the profit, the loss, and all the rest of it live on screen. And then the whole thing will be promoted afterwards. This is not to pump and dump the stock. I only own the S&P in my main brokerage account. However, it is to provide the best service for those that invest in Shopify. If you are a member and you do a minimum $5 super chat, I will do an earnings for you. We can do 4 a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. We've got Shopify in the morning so far, and we've got GeoVax in the evening so far. And I'm expecting by the end of the day, we might have Home Depot, Plug Power, Rocket Lab, SoundHound. Not quite sure which one is going to come out on top. But anyway, there you go. Shopify is in the morning. Join us. You cannot afford to miss it. I'll put the link above my head. Also, I'll put the link down in description and pinned to the comments. Here is the event itself. This is Shopify, the event. And down here, I'll put the playlist for Shopify as well. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Right. Shopify. Leave that there. Then shop. Then shop. What time was that? That was 41. Right. We're coming up to the bell. I've got to do my strategy. So, strategy. Coca-Cola and the S&P. This is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to here and here and here and here and here and here. This is my strategy for the end of the year and going into 2025 with the S&P 500, which is all I own on my brokerage account, and Coca-Cola, which is where I do my trades. I trade on my IRAs because I trade tax-free. No point trading on your brokerage account. You simply pay 20% tax every time you trade. What's the hell's the point? You want to trade on your IRA. So, first of all, my brokerage account is pumping up. As you can see, I'm up 46%, made $33,000 this year. It's been a phenomenal year. I'm all in with margin. I've got just over $210,000 invested right now. This is my path to $1 million. I'm not buying anymore. I bought that last little dip. You can see that little dip. Can you just sort of see that dip there? I bought that dip there with margin. I bought an extra 10 shares. About 2 weeks ago on that dip. That made sense. I only buy the dips with margin, and when I do that, I go all in. I'll buy sometimes 30, 40 shares or whatever. I've got nearly, is it 400, 380 shares now of the S&P, something like that. Anyway, I'm not buying any more at the moment. We're rallying. We're up. There's still plenty to go, though. Maybe 5% by the end of the year, another 10% next year. So great. Just let it run and just concentrate on paying down the margin as time goes on. And if we do get a big drop, by that time, I'll have more available margin to buy more. That's the brokerage. That's what I'm doing. Absolutely nothing other than buying dips with margin and doubling up when it goes down. If it doesn't, absolutely nothing. Okay, that's that. What about my Roth IRA? This is where I trade. Well, I bought Coca-Cola, didn't buy the bottom. I wasn't trying to time the bottom. You might say, well, of course you was. Everybody wants to buy the bottom. I'm not really bothered. I just want to make a profit. I'm not trying to time the market, because if you try to time the market, you'll always miss it. Great businesses you just want to own, make money from. It's simple. I don't try and time the top or the bottom. I just buy it when it's oversold and it's undervalued. Well, Coca-Cola, in my opinion, is one of those businesses because the future of Coca-Cola is fantastic. I'm very, very happy with the balance sheet, very happy with the business and the growth, but it's consolidating. This is what happens as institutions drive this stock. I think they own about 70% of it. So they're consolidating, messing around with each other, trying to rinse out all the retail investors, and then it will take off. So I've been buying. I went all in. I bought $28,000, which is now worth $27,000, $423. I went all in. Wasn't messing around at all. Went all in. It went down another 4% over the next couple of weeks. Doesn't really matter. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to buy it on my brokerage account because I don't want to use my margin because I'm all in. So I'm only using margin right now. I don't want to use that to buy to buy Coca-Cola because I don't want to own it forever. I want to be able to hold the S&P forever. So I'm not doing it on the brokerage account. So what am I doing then? I'm all in on my Roth IRA. I can't buy anymore. If I show you my IRA, and I show you my contributions, ever since I started this, I'm maxed out. 22, look, I'm maxed out in 22. I can't add any more. 23, I'm maxed out. I can't add any more. Look at all these 3% matches. 240, 2004, I can't buy any more. I'm all maxed out. So what am I doing? Well, it's quite simple, really. On the 1st of January, midnight of the 1st of January, I'll be up late when everybody else is asleep, and I will transfer 8,000, it may even be 8,500. It often goes up, as you just saw there, from my brokerage account using margin, paying 5% because the rates are coming down all the time. They're going to get less and less as well. Another one in December. In December, it'll be even lower than that. I'm going to transfer $8,000 or $8,500, whatever the maximum amount is, into my Roth, get a 3% match. So straight away, 5% is now costing me 2%. I'm very happy with that because that will make me the money with the dividends alone. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll remain 4% down between now and January the 1st. And I'll be able to buy it at a 4% discount from where it is now, which would suit me. So I would put the full amount in, and in a couple of weeks' time, I will receive about $220, my first dividend payment. That'll be in there, tax-free. So that'll bring my $1,000 loss down to about $800. If I just kept it for the year, without any growth at all, I would get back my loss. I'd be back at zero again just by holding it for a year. But my plan is this. In end of November, December, the X date is in November. In December, I will get my $200 and something for my Coca-Cola, bringing my $1,200 down to my $1,000 down to $800 or thereabouts. January the 1st, hopefully it will remain down. I'll add another 8,000. That will bring the average down to about 2.5, 2 3/4 if it's where it is now, because obviously if it was 28,000 I was adding, it would halve it, but adding 8 won't halve it, of course. So from 4% down, probably around about the 2.75, 2.8, something like that down. Fine, doesn't matter. Another quarter in, I would have 200 plus the other bit, so it would probably be about 220, 230. So now I'm getting close to my wash, and then we got the rally. That's my strategy. Now, what if it does go up between now and January the 1st? Because I can't put any more money in until January the 1st. It won't let me. It's not that I don't want to. It won't let me. I'm not allowed to. So what do I do if it goes up between now and January the 1st? Well, if it goes up back to where I bought it, so up 4%, I will still buy it because I was happy with it at that price. I will still add the 8%, the $8,000 or 8.5, whatever it might be. It would be better if it stays down, but it doesn't matter either way. I'll be buying. What if it's gone up 3 or 4%? Well, it very well could. Then I won't. What I will be doing is I'll be looking for an entry back into the S&P where I can build my S&P again, because that's where my Coca-Cola is going once I've traded it. And the reason why I bought Coca-Cola is for me, it's a better return over the next 6 to 9 months because the S&P now is about to cool down. We will enter a bear market in about 12 months, and we've had a really good rally. I've done very, very well. And before the rest of the market all decide to start taking profits and we enter a bear market, I already want to have made my positions. Just like I called the bull market before anyone. I was saying we're in a bull market months and a year before the banks. The banks need 6 months of verifying 2 quarters of a rally of gains to confirm a bull market. Of course, that then tells you, well, there's nothing clever about being a bank and telling you what we already know. The clever part is to identify we are already in it before everybody else tells you. So the same thing with the bear market. I want to be having my margin near zero by the time we hit a bear market. I want to be in the right position. I don't want to be waiting for the moment, waiting for signals, waiting for someone to tell me, because by the time they tell me, we've been in it the last 6 months. Not interested in that. I'm interested in identifying where we are, when we are there, not in the future, looking back. Always looking forward. So that's my strategy going into from 24 into 25. If it goes down, if it goes up, I've got my plan, I've got my strategy, I know exactly what I'm doing. And ultimately, my plan is, and do you think I can do it? I'm going to put a poll on my community tab on YouTube, on the homepage. I'm also going to put it on X, but our community tab on YouTube is by far more popular. Go and vote. Will I get, by the end of the year, to $150,000? I believe I will, and I'm doing everything I can to get there. If I have to trade Coca-Cola before the end of the year, should it pop up 4 or 5%, I will. But my plan is, and I believe I will be at $150,000 at the end of this year. It also means making tons of videos and trying to earn as much money as possible from YouTube. I know what I'm going to get paid in November. It's $1,100, which is what I earned in October. I get paid in 10 days from today. However, what I do in November is what I get paid in December. So if I make 1 million videos and get 1 billion views and I can earn some more money, you never know. I just might be able to add more than I did in October on December the 21st, just in time for the end of the year and a nice Christmas present. I'm hoping I'm going to make as many earnings and as many videos as I can and do as much as I can and add that to it. But I'm expecting to earn about $2,000 next in November for December. So that'll only give me 3. I've got the 1,000 now, add the 2. That'll take me up to 134 and a half. So as you can see, I'm still a long way short, but I do believe those gains will come in the S&P and perhaps even my Coca-Cola. We shall see. Do you agree? Go and vote on the poll. Will I get to 150,000 by the end of the year? Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. I shall also pin everything to the comments as well. Over here, I shall put some more links for you. Videos that you might find useful. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Bloody hell. 1 minute to go before the bell goes. Listen in. No, nothing going on there. Get ready for the bell. Get ready for the music. Sound effects. There we go. Right. Bell. Are we going to do it? What are we going to do today? Oh, there we go. Roth IRA is going up. Overall balance now 132,563. Okay, here we go. CNBC's on a break again. Always having breaks. It's a stupid time to take a break, isn't it? Just before the bell goes. What a rubbish time to take a break. Okay, here we go. The bell has gone. We are off. Let's see.
Let's get set for the opening bell here in the CBC Real-Time Exchange. At the big board, it is members of the United States Navy on the USS John Basilone, the Navy's newest warship, honoring Veterans Day.
Very nice indeed. Look at that.
And at the NASDAQ, it's Payer Leadership and Chief Executive Group.
I like that.
presenting their
I like
annual
that.
Patriots in Business Award.
Very, very good
As
indeed.
we will,
Let's
look
go
for the
through
S&P
all our
to reclaim
positions
6K,
and
which
see
it briefly got
what's
above on
moving
Friday.
this morning. Let's go through. The overall portfolio is moving up, and the S&P is up. No bonds today, of course, with Veterans Day. S&P Global up. Virgin Galactic up 3.3. That bounced back off that dip the other day. Ooh, there was an error with the chart. Let's reload it. Let's see if we can reload it. Oh, there we go. So where did it go? It dropped down after earnings and bouncing up again. Okay, that's interesting. So soon. Palantir up, but just pulling back at the moment, up 2.11. Gold is going down. SPDR Gold Trust going down. Amazon was up this morning and it's trimming back off again. Apple down 225 again. Always bounces. Remember I told you 225 was my number. It just lives there now since Warren Buffett did what he did. NextEra Energy up 0.12. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Yes, up 0.13. Enphase Energy still going down. What a time to buy Enphase Energy if you like this stock. Coca-Cola pretty much flat today. J&J going to $200. That fantastic dividend on top of that. So look out for that. Very, very nice indeed. Up 0.43. Chevron is down 0.19. Tesla up. We were running a poll, and you might go and check out the community tab where people think this is going. On the YouTube community tab, people are suggesting that this is going to. Go and have a look. Rivian is up today. McDonald's over 301. I traded that many times. I say many times, I think 3 times during the E. coli outbreak. 301. You can never underrate McDonald's because it's land, not burgers. Google up today 0.16. Microsoft up 0.04. Nvidia up, heading towards $200. This is where I think it's going. Let's carry on. We've got Walmart up today 0.37. Tilray is barcoding and sold off. What's happened on my... Oh, that's okay. Bit of movement on the extra channel. Tilray Brands broke out of barcoding and gone down lower. Just on a full chart on this. Robinhood is up 7.37. Very nice indeed. Look at that. Booming away. Remember it was $8? IonQ down 6%. Trimming off. Remember I said it was too expensive. No one listened. Way too expensive. People just buy the innovation, not the business. Rocket Lab is up today, 8.8. It reports earnings, of course, tomorrow. Will we cover it? It's up to you whether we cover it or not. Plug Power broken out of barcoding, going down. Rumble up today, earnings tomorrow. That's the Trump trade. Funware up, also the Trump trade. Ascent Solar going down. Ascent Solar going down. Faraday Future down 3.87. Absolute waste of time. It's a bankrupt stock. Bitcoin now 82, heading to $100,000. XRP not even moving though, right? There you go. There's your stocks. And we do have coming up for you GeoVax Labs tomorrow. And we have, there's the stock for it. And then Shopify, we're going to cover the earnings for that one. All right. So, okie dokie. Up 60% on Hood. Congratulations. No surprise there, really. Let's come back to our main positions. Strategy, we did that. Okay. The golden era, Bitcoin. Now then. Nvidia, Palantir, Tesla. So much to talk about. Let's go over the comments. I thought markets were closed in the USA for Veterans Day. No, bond market is closed. It's not a bank holiday for the stock market. Anyone still holding Tilray? Morning Mike. I have a tiny bit of Tilray, Mike. Very tiny amount. Now 41. Oh, hello. Lost the screens. You're always dealing with odd stuff when you stream live. There's always odd stuff that happens. You can't work it out. Anyway, what about our Coca-Cola? Yeah, just stay down there till January the 1st. I have Tilray. Should I not? Did I miss something? Mine is still green. That's cool, Stacy. Mine is still at 268. I was in and out when it was moving back in the day. Back in the day it was. Back in the day it was. The day it was. Never owned crypto yet, but just opened Coinbase account. Crypto seems very appealing. You should have used my classic car nut. You should have used my referral below all the videos. There's a referral. You'd have got $50 worth of Bitcoin if you'd used my referral. I have a referral under every video. I don't announce it every day because it just seems, you know, too much to say I've got a referral for this, for this, for this. But under every video, I've got referrals for everything where you all like get benefits by opening the account. Anyway, very appealing with Trump winning the election. Does everyone agree? Yes, we do. But you don't want to be buying on a bull market. You want to be buying on a bear market. That's all I'm saying. I bought it at 15,000 and I sold it at 70,000. I don't care if it goes to 110 or a million. I made 124% profit and I bought the S&P. The downside, in fact, I'll make a video on this now and answer your question. I think that's a really good question to answer. Bitcoin. I'm going to explain this now. Right. Bitcoin. Let's show you the chart as well. Okay, here we go. Bitcoin. BTC. What time is it now? It is 1 hour 5. 105. Okay. Bitcoin. Should you be buying it right now? Well, someone who knows a lot more than me about Bitcoin did a chart for you last night. Sensei Crypto. This is the chart. You may have missed it. It's just come out. I'll put the link at the end of this video. So watch to the end and I'll give you his thoughts. I'll give you the link to his video. But he knows. He meets the people that work on the projects. I strongly recommend you join Sensei every Sunday for his live show. But I also made about 10 videos from his show last night and put them out for all the charts for all the different videos. Now then, should you be buying Bitcoin or not? Well, we are running a poll. We run a poll nearly every day for all the stocks that we run, that we own and invest in on our community tab. We have our very own X. It's our very own Facebook, if you like. This is it here. If you go to the top of the homepage and you scroll across, you'll find community. Now, the power of this is you can see what investors are saying about the stocks they own. You can see what they like, whether they think it's going up, whether it's going down, all the rest of it. And these are real investors, not pump and dumpers and scammers and trolls and bots. These are real investors. And the poll about Bitcoin, I'll just do a little bit of a spoiler, is Bitcoin going to 100,000? 100 votes now. It's very popular. 71% of you saying it's yes. Now, these are very important polls because they rank on Google. You can actually see our polls on Google. So we rank for these now, which is great. And people can vote for them, and it gives an indication of what's really going on, as opposed to what YouTubers will tell you about the stock. And you know, if they're Cryptos or Us or BitBoy back in the day, they'll always tell you what's good for their videos and what's good for their views. I don't. I only own the S&P 500. But let me give you my thoughts on BTC anyway. We're not going to go into the should you own it or not, is it a good asset or not. That's a day for a different video. But should you buy it now? Is it going $100,000? Probably. More than likely, probably. But you need to consider a few things. You can't buy Bitcoin in your IRA. You can't. You can buy an ETF, but you can't buy Bitcoin in your IRA. So if you buy it now at 82,000, and obviously people are, and I've no idea why, I bought it at 15. I've no idea why anyone is buying it at 82. Why did you wait until the bull market started? Why didn't you buy it in the bear market? I don't understand it, but people now get excited because it's going up. I got excited when it was going down. I bought it at 15. I sold it, made a profit. at 70. I'm out of it now. I don't care. And I measured the reason why I sold it at 70 was the amount of tax I'd pay, which is what I'm going to come on to now. If you buy it now at 82,000, you're buying it at an all-time high. Not a problem with that. I buy the S&P at all-time highs all the time. If it's a great asset, it's going up, I don't care. I'm buying it at an all-time high. Doesn't matter. People with greater information than me are buying it today. Institutions are buying it today. And people will buy it. People will buy it 100,000. But isn't it better to buy it in a bear market? Have patience. In the bull market, you sit and watch. In the bear market, you get busy. I think it's a bit daft to chase the stock when it goes up or the coin. I think it's best to buy it on the way down if you like it. Anyway, that's just me. But here's the kicker. This is why I won't be buying it. First of all, I only own the S&P anyway for the balance of my portfolio and credibility of my channel, so I could be known as the guy who's not pumping and dumping, as opposed to the YouTubers who just want to sell videos. That's the first thing, so I won't buy it for that reason. But second of all, if you bought Bitcoin today at 82,000, the chance of it going down is greater because it's at an all-time high and people could trim off. Then you'd be out of the money. Okay, let's assume it goes up, which it probably will. Go to 100,000. So you make yourself about 18% profit. You can make that in the next 12 months on the S&P anyway, without the risk and without the tax implication. What I mean by that is if you buy Bitcoin today, you've got to buy it on your brokerage account. You've got no choice. It goes up 18% and you go, great, it's hit 100,000. Shall I sell it? Well, you might want to sell it. Millions of people will, because psychologically it's a moment in time that people will take profit. So you sell it at 100,000. It goes back down again. Great. That's when I'd be buying it. But if I was buying it at all. But if you then sell it, you've made 18% profit or something like that. Let's just call it that, whatever. And you sell it, you're going to pay 20% tax because of short capital gains tax. You might be lucky and only pay 15, but most people are going to pay 20% tax on that. To me, that's not a good idea. And I'll tell you why, because most of you go, oh, I don't care paying tax on my gains. I don't mind doing that. Well, you might when you consider this. And no one ever considers this. If you buy the S&P, you can own it forever. Just say, for example, because it can never go to zero. Can't go bankrupt, can it? It's the US economy, right? Can't go to zero. It's never going to go zero. And over history, many years, since the beginning of time, in fact, economies have always gone up. So you're not going to lose your money, 100%. With a crypto asset, you can. Now, if you do buy it now at 82 and you do sell it at $100,000 and you have made a profit, what you're going to do, which most people will do because they will feel like they're invincible and they're really clever and they know better than everyone else, right? They will sell it. They will then probably buy an altcoin. They will probably buy something more risky, thinking we're in a bull market. I thought the bull market wasn't starting until 25, which is correct, what everyone is expecting. So, because of that, they will then buy something else, maybe an altcoin, maybe Dogecoin, maybe Shiba Inu, whatever. Much more risky, with much more potential gain with the profits they've made. Now, here is the problem. So far, everyone's winning, everyone's happy, everyone's making money, everyone thinks it's great. However, things get a little bit different all of a sudden, and this is what happens. You bought at 82, you've sold at 100, you've made some profit, fantastic. You've now got out and bought something else. That asset has now not worked out because it won't always work out every time. It's now down, and bearing in mind how high this could fall now. This is what scares me. How high could this fall? When it can fall a bloody long way and you're out of the money on your next trade, not this one. End of the year, Robinhood, Coinbase, they report to the IRS that you sold your Bitcoin and you made 15% profit. You now owe the tax. You've not got the money though, because you took the profit, reinvested it on another crypto asset. That's now gone down because you bought in a bull market rather than buying in a bear market. You can't get out and you can't pay your tax bill. Then what happens? The final part of the puzzle is you have to sell for a loss to pay your tax bill. This is the part that YouTubers do not explain. This is the part that Cryptos Are Us, BitBoy back in the day, would not have told you. They just tell you all the good stuff and leave the bad stuff out. The end of the day, you now are down overall. And being down overall is what it's all about. No one cares, and you shouldn't care, that you made a profit today. It's like I'm very, very happy sitting here at a loss at the moment on Coca-Cola. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Waiting for January the 1st to buy more of Coca-Cola on my Roth IRA to ultimately make a 5 to 10% profit, tax-free, real money, real profit, to then buy the S&P. So just consider, if you are buying Bitcoin today, and millions around the world are, I bet you 99% of those that buy it today will lose money. Now you'll go, well, what about Michael Saylor, the big institutions? They're not losing money. No, they're not. They're not losing money. Why? Because they drive the market. The problem is with Bitcoin is it's nearly all owned by a handful of people. Michael Saylor, BlackRock, and others. They can move the market. They can buy it and it shoots up. They can sell it and it shoots down. When you buy it, when you sell it, nothing happens. So you are a completely useless soldier. You are standing on the front line like the drummer boy, banging your drum, doing nothing. You can't change the direction of the war and you get shot in 3 seconds. Whereas the general right at the back, Peter Saylor, BlackRock, they're sat behind the army. They're sat on their horse at the back on the top of the hill, looking down at all the little minions driving up their stock. When they buy, it goes up. When they sell, it goes down. And the difference between you and Michael Saylor and BlackRock is they don't need to sell. They don't pay tax. They hold it forever. You, on the other hand, are looking to exit it. They're not. And when they finally do, which they may one day do, maybe they will, maybe they won't. When Michael Saylor or BlackRock suddenly sell all their Bitcoin, boom, it's going down 95%. It won't go to zero. It can't go to zero because most of the retail investors who are out, who got out or whatever, who lost their keys, who lost their wallet or whatever they did, because people do, they make mistakes all the time. People message me all the time. How do I fix my seed phrase? How do I recover my crypto in my wallet? Blah, blah, blah. All of that Bitcoin is locked up forever, never going anywhere. So it won't go to zero, but for all intents and purposes, your investment has gone to zero. So if you are thinking of buying Bitcoin today, consider everything. Consider everything. Don't listen to people on YouTube telling you it goes up forever, you can all get rich, and blah, blah, blah. Listen to Sensei, who speaks to the managers of crypto. He knows, and he buys it in the bear markets. He doesn't buy it in the bull market. Real investors buy it when it's down, when it's on sale, not when it goes up. And the reason why that is because those that understand the asset, those that know what it is, are not afraid when it goes down. Those that have no idea about it whatsoever, no clue at all, see it going up and get FOMO and miss out. Oh, I'm missing out. I've got to buy it. Those are the fools. Now, even if you think, well, I'm not a fool, I know it's going up, all right. Just remember what I just said. If you buy it now, What about the next 2, 3, 4, 5 steps? Plan it out in your head. And if you can get to step 5, the last point in the strategy, ahead and up, then go for it. If you can't, and if you do those calculations, and it's why I've done those calculations and why I'm not buying it, then don't buy it. Don't have FOMO. In fact, when I first started, I was full of FOMO. I was always regretful of not doing things, always feeling, oh, I wish I'd done that. Now I look at it and realize every day I miss out on opportunities. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is I take care of the money I do have. I focus on not losing money through tax and everything else. Then I make money by default. If your focus is making money, I promise you 99% of day traders on crypto will lose money. If your focus is on discipline and not losing money, you won't lose money. You'll consistently make money. Look at my portfolio. Started with 5,000. I'm now at 132,000. Today, I don't have FOMO anymore. I used to, but now what I have is real delight and happiness, honestly, in seeing it go up, even though I'm not in it. Leah owns some, so she's quite chuffed, but I'm really happy for all of you. I don't need to be in it. I can sit back and wait for the right time to enter it. This is not that time. And I have a strategy where I can buy assets and not lose it through tax, not lose it through FOMO, not lose it by the exit plan onto the next stock and the next asset and so on. It's a long-term plan from getting from here to the end of the decade with $1 million. And I won't do that by chasing every FOMO instinct and emotion. So consider all these things before you buy crypto or any asset for that matter. But if you're not in it and you're merely a spectator, be happy for those that are in it. I am absolutely delighted. I'm thrilled to bits because many of you own Bitcoin and I'm loving. I can't wait for it to go to 100,000. I hope many of you, find a way to make money from it. May I suggest in my final thoughts, if you were buying Bitcoin and you wanted to be able to sell it for a profit and not lose all your profits in a more measured, more disciplined approach, either find an ETF which you can buy in an IRA or perhaps Coinbase, because Coinbase goes up when Bitcoin goes up, but Coinbase is a regulated asset. It has strict conditions. It has a great balance sheet, and you can buy it as a stock in your IRA and sell it. I would perhaps suggest that, but that's another video for another day. Anyway, click above my head for all the links down below in the description. I will give you Sensei's full chart analysis. If you want the full charts on it, I will give that to you now. If I show you here is the chart. I'll give you the link for it, but you can go and see this one and all the others. Here it is. There it is. What I'll actually do is give you 2 links, one for this one, but also the playlist, Sensei of Investor Street, the Oracle of Investor Street, all his charts that he's done just in the last 24 hours. We've just put these out for all your favorite stocks, so you might like to go and check that out. All right, so links for all that also down below in the description, also pinned to the comments. Over here, I shall put the chart for Sensei, but I'll also down here put his playlist for all the charts he's done, and it will back up from a technical point of view my fundamental way of looking at the stock. So bring the two together, and I think you might have all the information that you need to be able to play this stock. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. I hear some alerts going off. Tilray has fallen off a cliff. Um, 70% on Riot. thought I went colorblind when I loaded up Robinhood this morning. Why is it yellow? Yeah, it's gone yellow. I preferred the other color. I gotta be honest. In fact, I wonder if they've added a setting. Let me have a look. The settings. Robinhood settings. App appearance. No, it's dark. I've got dark mode. Dark mode, yeah. Best for red-green color blindness. I didn't change, did it? What's the bloody point of that? No, they don't have any more settings for it. Anyway. Classic Carnut, you're very welcome. I hope that was of some help to you. We've got a super chat. Let's bring this super chat. I'm sorry it's not showing on the screen. It's a bit frustrating, isn't it? But thank you very much for the super chat. Lawrence Tito. Good day, family. Thank you very much, Lawrence, for your wonderful super chat. Much, much appreciated. If it doesn't show using the automated system, I will make sure it does doing that. So thank you so much indeed for that. There you go. Yes, you can buy Bitcoin in your IRA under BlackRock. Exactly. You're buying an ETF. That's what I'm talking about. When Bitcoin becomes part of the US reserves, as hinted by Trump, it's going, okay. Let's talk about Trump then when it comes to Bitcoin. This is important. Very, 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 very important, I would say. Where's my Sky News? Have I closed it? Looks like I've closed it. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. I want to talk about this. Okay. Is an EFTs it different than Bitcoin because you do not own your asset, you own an ETF? Exactly. Please hit the Bitcoin. Hit the like button. No, as soon as I fell in 25, putting everything into S&P and rights, we'll get back in crypto market beginning of 26. Seth, nice to see you, Seth. How are you? Not seen you for a while. Let's make gay happen again. Let's make gay happen again. I don't know what that is. What does that mean? Seth Houston, good plan. Damn, down 1,500 shish roller coaster ride this morning. Where that come from, William? Yeah, I have no idea. Who, me? As long as no more idiots like FTX and the German government. Yes, gay used to mean happy back 50 years ago. Yes, it did. It did. It still does, actually, in the dictionary. Does anybody in the chat own Pfizer? That's a good asset. Don't forget, Satoshi Nakamoto could realize he's all Bitcoin too, as me. Yes, that's correct. He could. Maybe Satoshi. Yes, indeed. Very impressive Bitcoin rally as to trillions of dollars. Right okay. There's probably a catalyst that will shift. Bitcoin got through most of the comments, I think. Right. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let me do this. This is important. The Trump trade. What is the Trump trade? And please be careful. And before anyone starts to attack me, I want to be absolutely clear. I have a green card. I can't vote. I am going to get my citizenship, but this show is impartial. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. I'm not a hater of Donald Trump. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm neither. Actually, I'm completely neutral because my job is to provide the most honest, real, impartial, factual news that I can possibly find to bring you so you can make informed decisions. Now then, the Trump trade. Everyone's calling it the Trump trade. A lot of stocks went up, a lot of stocks went down. Donald Trump claimed that he spoke to Putin, had a phone call about ending the war in Ukraine. It didn't happen. It didn't happen, and I can show you the evidence of it now. Now, you might love Trump, you might hate Trump, but I think even those that love Trump know he kind of stretches the truth a little bit, more often than not. However, we're not going to Trump bash. We're also not going to say it's great either. The fact is, he's not in power yet, but he's made a whopping exaggeration. Don't want to use the word lie. You can use that yourself. But however, I'm going to share with you, this is so important because of Donald Trump winning, everyone thinks Bitcoin's going to go up forever. Donald Trump cannot control Bitcoin. That's the very definition of Bitcoin. He can't do it. Can he control the truths? Can he control the DWAC? Sorry, I beg your pardon, DJT. It used to be DWAC, remember, years ago. DJT stock. It goes up and down like a flipping yo-yo. Every time it goes up, they sell it. Every time it goes down, they buy it back. It's not a stock to invest in. It's a gambling stock. The Trump trade is a very, very dangerous thing to get involved with if you do not understand what you're buying. Now, this should alarm you because it's kind of important. The Kremlin denies Ukraine talks with Trump as expert warns things not looking good for Kiev. As they say in America, Kyiv, but it's Kiev, just want to say. Donald Trump urged Vladimir Putin not to escalate the war in Ukraine in a phone call 2 days after the presidential election, according to reports. But the Kremlin says this isn't true. The information that came from Donald Trump making this phone call came from him, came from his team, in perhaps the hope that they would. I don't know. Don't see the point in making up stories because you always look silly. I always remember, and you can't take away this. This is just a fact. When Trump said it was the greatest inauguration in history, and then I looked at the photographs of his inauguration and Obama's inauguration, the difference was unbelievable. It was packed full miles back with the Obama one, and Trump, it was only full about a third of the way down, and then it was empty. I don't know how he says that. Also, I want to make another point as we get on to validating facts. It's so important to validate facts. Trump just said it was the greatest win of our time, the greatest ever win, the greatest ever movement, the greatest. The fact of the matter is, and I've done a lot of research on the numbers over the last 24 hours, no more Trump supporters came out than they did previous election. What happened was the Democrats didn't come out and support Harris. Their numbers were dramatically down. So actually, it wasn't the greatest win in history. It was the fact that the others didn't come out. You won a decisive victory. That's true. However, it wasn't because more and more people and everybody in America chose Donald Trump. They actually didn't. It was just less Democrats bothered to turn up. Just want to make that absolutely clear. Anyway, meanwhile, an analyst has said he expects Donald Trump will throw Ukraine under the bus. This is what I think is actually going to happen in Ukraine. I'll just give you that in a moment. Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump reportedly spoke on the phone about Ukraine on Thursday. That never happened. Let me share this report here. Kremlin denies calls between Trump and Putin. Now, we cannot always trust what Putin says. Obviously, we can't trust what the Kremlin say. We can't. There's lots of evidence to say they report falsely as well. However, if they'd had a call with the president-elect, they would have wanted to admit that. They wouldn't want to deny that. Anyway, let's read what it says. The Kremlin has denied that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin engaged, thank you very much for my extra subscriber, Roy, in a, just waiting for that to clear a second, phone call last week when the US president-elect urged the Russian leader not to escalate the war in Ukraine. Now, before I read the rest of this, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen in Ukraine. I have some experience of this. I've traveled to Ukraine. I've traveled all over the Eastern Europe. I've traveled, in fact, all over the world. But I'm going to share with you what I think is going to happen. I don't believe for a moment that Donald Trump has spoken to Putin yet. I think that was incorrect. I'm not going to use the word lie, but you said something that's incorrect, okay? Don't think that's true. However, when he becomes president, he will speak to Putin at that point, I've no doubt. And this is what I think is going to happen. Donald Trump wants to win the popular vote. He wants to be loved by everybody, and he wants to look the hero. So I think Donald Trump will speak to Putin, and Putin will say, okay, I will have a ceasefire, and I will say the war is over, and Russian forces will return to Russia, as long as I can keep this little bit of Ukraine. A few territories he'll want to keep. All right? That way, he can claim a victory, and he will gain more of Ukraine and then leave and then regroup again for a future war, potentially. I think Donald Trump will accept that. Now, you might say Zelensky wouldn't accept that. He doesn't accept that because he wants the whole of his country intact for his people. Imagine if somebody in Russia had invaded America and said, well, and America say, well, we'll call an end to it, but, we'll just let you have California. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? We're not going to give away half the country or part of the country. Zelensky doesn't want to do that. However, Trump will probably accept that, because if he accepts that, he basically throws Zelensky under the bus, literally, because he will end the war. He will claim it's because of him. He will claim it's a victory, of course. He will claim, I ended the war in 5 minutes. And he will claim that it saves lives, and he will claim it saves money, which of course it will, and the war will end. However, what will happen is Ukraine, part of Ukraine, will end up being in Russian control, and the Ukrainians will just be told to stuff it, get on with it, basically throwing Zelensky under the bus. And basically, we've wasted billions of dollars and millions of lives that were lost because of this, just to end up pretty much where we started, because we already had Russia controlling Crimea. It'll just be an extension of that. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think Donald Trump's going to say, yep, the war's over. Putin will go, brilliant, I've got another little bit of Ukraine. He'll go back, he will group, and he'll come back in a few years and start it all over again. That's what I think will happen. Anyway, the Washington Post and Reuters both reported that the call, which is said to have taken place in the days after the US election, also saw Mr. Trump remind Putin of America's sizable military presence in Europe. According to several other sources, the pair went on to discuss the goal of peace on the continent, as well as the prospect of a further call soon to look into the resolution of the conflict in Ukraine. The Kremlin has denied such a call took place, calling the Washington Post report pure fiction. This is the clearest example of quality of information sometimes published, even in fairly reputable publications. It is entirely inaccurate. This is pure fabrication. It is simply false information, said Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov. He added that Mr. Putin has no specific plans to speak to Trump at the moment. Our Moscow correspondent for Ivor Bennett says Russia's denial of the call highlights how the Kremlin's interpretation of a second term of Mr. Trump is very hard to know. They are keeping their cards very close to their chest. So, do you believe, and I'd love your thoughts, let me just come back down here, do you believe that Trump had a conversation with Putin, or not. What we'll do is we'll run a poll on our community tab on our YouTube channel. I'll show you where that is. Right at the top of our channel, I will create a poll, and I will do it live right now. So here we go. I will put this here. Community. There we go. Reports suggest no call took place between Trump and Putin. Trump claimed he had such a call. Do you believe a call between Putin and Trump really took place? Whoopsie-daisy, sorry about my typing this morning. Really took place. So I'm going to do a couple of things here. So I'll just put my tag. So this is how we rank on Google. Martyn Lucas Investor. And then I'm going to add here Trump. Whoopsie-daisy. Trump. Putin. Donald Trump. Don't need Vladimir Putin, that's fine. Text pool. Yes, a call took place. No, I don't believe so. Okay, or you can add, of course, we always want to add undecided, because some people just don't know, and it's better to give them an option rather than to simply make something up if you don't have an opinion on it. All right, no, I don't believe so. Yes, a call took place. So I will post that, and you can go and vote on that. And these rank these rank on Google as searches now, which is very exciting for the channel. So do leave your thoughts, comments, share that out and post it on your social media, and you might like to take part in that poll. But what do you think? The Trump trade, I thought it was worth mentioning this morning. Be very careful. DJT is very risky. Bitcoin now is the wrong time to buy it. You bought it in the bear market, not the bull market. Donald Trump can't control Bitcoin. That's the very definition of what Bitcoin is all about. And is this true? I'm waiting for my first poll. Let's see if anyone votes. I've only got a couple of seconds and I'm going to go, but I'll be interested to see how it swings very quickly if we get a chance. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Is anyone going to vote on it in time? I don't think so. Over here, I shall put, I think I might be able to put the link for the poll. Go and check it out. And down here, the Donald Trump trades, the ones that I explained to you that did actually make money for you, go and check those out. I've got a full playlist there. All right, until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, no one voted on it just yet, but we shall see how that pans out during the morning. Back to there. Don't need that. Okay. So be careful now if you are... In fact, if you're buying any of the market right now, we're starting to top out a little bit. We have some more growth left, but just be careful chasing it. Charlotte May Weddings is no longer a sponsor of our channel, sadly. Charlotte May Weddings was a sponsor of our channel for several months. No sponsor stays forever. That's perfectly fine and acceptable. Of course, no one does it forever, but they've had a good run and they've done very well. Here is our homepage, and as you can see, these are our featured channels. It's me and Sensei again. We do not have a $99 sponsor anymore at the moment, sadly. Okay, and down here, I've also upgraded all our members. There were some ones that needed to be upgraded and changed and moved around. So our silver members and upwards have now been upgraded. These are our silver members and upwards who are, whoops-a-daisy, who have channels. There are just these here. We have KK2. None of you have met KK2, but has been a gold member now forever, since day one. A VIP who remains anonymous. Anyway, 007 TV. Now you're right at the front with Savage Faith Creations. We have just 2 silver members. We have many silver members, but these are the only 2 silver members who are who wish their YouTube channel to be shown. There's no point just putting anybody up there who doesn't have content, all right? So if you are a silver member and you do want to promote your channel, you can be on the home page of my channel, but it's silver members or upwards to be on the home page. And now is not a bad time to be a silver member because you would be right on the home page without scrolling across. So there's one spot left there. It's a prime spot. You won't jump in front of our other 2 unless you go gold. But if you are silver and you go silver today and you want to promote your YouTube channel, you'll go right there and it gains you more subscribers because look, people can see you right on the home page of my channel. There you go. All right. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay, Team Fusion, good morning to you. Team Fusion, hello, how are you? That's Charlotte May Weddings. Lovely to see you here. How are you? LOL, sorry, already jumped off the cliff. I do think a call took place, but not specifically the war. It would have been a congratulatory call. That's an interesting point. You need to put that comment in there. The Democrats were unable to cheat this year. Couldn't get their... They were unable to cheat this year. Okay, fair enough. That's your opinion. Couldn't get their 10 million dead voters out. Okay, no, they couldn't get the voters out. That's true. Sorry, Martin. I saw you were making too much money during the month of 500 a day. Congrats. You making too much money? Oh, I love it. Sorry, Martin. I thought you were making too much money. I would by the way, Team Fusion, I would love you to go and check your analytics because I've looked myself. Because you can analyze other people's websites. I do it all the time to see about my competition. And I've had a look and I've seen that you have dramatically ranked up for weddings globally. Your website has been clicked on thousands of times for geographic locations all around the world. Predominantly the UK, sorry, USA first, UK next. Then what was third? It was Canada. Then it was Australia. Those were the top 4, and then it goes down. And you should be able to verify that, and your numbers have gone up, your views have gone up, and all the rest of it, and your rankings have gone up. So I want to thank everybody that supported Charlotte May Weddings. And we were actually, Team Fusion, I didn't see you the last couple of days, but we were showing your channel up until yesterday. I only did the upgrade last night. So anyway, I gave you a few extra days. And it's because they benefited either way. They didn't support us the way we've been supporting Ukraine, and it's gone nowhere. 4 years of billions of dollars in the military. Well, it certainly is a lot of money. I agree. A lot of lives lost as well. More importantly, I think, but very, very sad. I thought the war was going to be over a lot quicker than it is still going on, but there it is. Anyway, BTC, did I do... Trump news. I didn't do that, did I? Trump poll. What time did I do that? Bloody hell, I forgot to do it. Forgot to put a time in. 1 hour 40, 1 hour 35, about 5 minutes ago, wasn't it? 1 hour 30, there you go. Right, we're going to wrap up the show. I'm not going to be... Hello from London. Nagul Henry. Hello, how you doing? Still okay to buy Palantir. Well, what I would suggest, I can't go into too much detail, I'm afraid. What I would suggest you do is, if you're interested in Palantir, to go and look at this chart we've just done here for you. Just done a Palantir chart, providing you the buy zone. Very, very good. Sensei is very, very accurate on this. If you look here, Palantir charts, there it is. It's on the homepage of the channel. If you go there, you can, on the homepage, look, scroll across to videos, scroll down, Palantir chart, right there. You can see. All right. Okay. Thank you, Sensei, for what you do. Always brilliant. Let me see if anybody did vote on that community tab. Oh, there you go. Yes, let's see. Yes, a call took place. There you go. A call took place. You believe. I've had no comments to that. No one suggesting comments. 6 votes. Yes, a call took place. 67% of you say a call took place. 17% are undecided. 17% said no. That's interesting. Let's see how that carries on throughout the day. It's bound to grow throughout the day. Martin, please, do you think USA will return the confiscated Russian wealth? Thank you. Do you think the Russians... Do I think that the America would return the confiscated Russian wealth? Thank you. That's a good, interesting point, that. All the sanctions, taking people's yachts and boats. I honestly don't know. I would imagine politically they would probably be negotiations. Oh, if you give us back this, if you do this, if you give us back those prisoners, we will give back your oligarchs their yachts. That, I would imagine, would happen. There would be some bargaining going on, political wrangling going on, I would imagine. But anyway, that's my thought on that. TLRY. Tilray Brands. Let's talk about this. Does anyone like this color? Robinhood's color. It's like not red, it's orange. It's like pink. I don't like it. I think just red and green, don't mess around with it. Messing around, at least give the viewer the option to have red or green. It doesn't seem there's an option. It's just red or green. Now it's pink or yellow. I don't think it's very smart, do you? Anyway, let's wrap up Tilray and SPCE. Someone mentioned SPCE earlier. Ooh, flipping heck. Virgin Galactic. Bloody hell. That's a big jump. Oh my gosh, can you imagine Zach's 8 today? Ooh, that we've not seen for a while. Let's have a little look. Have we got anything on that? SPCE. Hang on, what's this? Entered into a sales agreement under which it may offer That can't be right, surely. Okay. Okay, that has caught people out, hasn't it? Okay, I've got some news here about Virgin Galactic. I don't like it at all. Don't like this at all. Let's have a look. Okay. SPCE. What time is it? 1:53. 1:53. Okay. When was the earnings call? Can anyone... hang on, let me just check what the day of the earnings call was. What date was this? What day did we do the earnings? Oh, no, 6. That was the day after. Right. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Virgin Galactic, SPCE stock. Some very disturbing information here. Once again, Virgin Galactic doing some things that I just don't think is that good or respectful to its shareholders. But look at the stock today, up 17.77%. You may remember on November the 6th, we recovered the earnings. And they gave the impression that they had enough money to get through to Delta without going to the shareholder, diluting further. However, you may remember on the call, I commented, there's something about this. I think they might, once again, if the stock pops up, dilute. Well, look, the stock has popped up, and now news the day after the earnings of the intention to dilute to the shareholder again when they said they had enough money. This doesn't sound right to me at all. Anyway, if you want to know the full story, click the like button, consider subscribing to the channel. As you know, I don't have a very pleasant relationship with Eric Kearney. I find it all a little bit, and I've said it over and over again, they don't care if the stock goes to zero because they're living in the desert, paying themselves millions to build rockets. They even said that on the call. They're enjoying themselves. They're having a jolly boys' day out, and it's been going on for years and years and years. And by the time they retire, does it matter if the stock's gone up? Not really. They've paid themselves millions to live in the desert building rockets. It sounds great. Is it good for you, the shareholder? What did I say on the earnings? They said they didn't need to raise funds. However, right, I said there's something about this, and if the stock goes up, they will. Look, it's popped up very dramatically this morning, 18.4%. That doesn't sound right. And here is the news we got just which came out at 4 o'clock in the morning on the 7th. So that was hidden away for no one to see. Look at this. I'm sure there was an SEC filing, or maybe there was, or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. I've not seen it. But I've just seen this, looking at what's going on. Virgin Galactic announces at the market equity program. Let's have a look at this. What have we got here? Virgin Galactic has entered into a sales agreement under which it may offer and sell shares of its common stock having an aggregate offering price of up to 300 million from time to time pursuant to an at-the-market program. This is dilution, selling more shares. Virgin Galactic intends to use the net proceeds to further accelerate the development and production of its next generation space fleet. My thought would be right now, if you bought this stock on earnings and it dipped, or you bought it on the dip after the earnings, and remember I said it will dip after the earnings, and it did, I would take my profit. I would take 18% profit all day long because they're going to dilute again. I can't believe it. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? I find that a little bit distasteful, just finding that out just now. So if you look at it, if we go back to the earnings, you can see it dipped on the earnings. We said it would dip on the earnings, and it did. If you bought that dip and you've got an 18% profit, I would take it. Because who wants to be around when they dilute again? They like to do this, and I think that's a bit naughty. It seems to me the more we learn about Virgin Galactic, the more they are happy to deceive, and even in we often say in plain sight. Some criminals, some like what do you call them? What are they called? Like serial killers will tell you, or serial people, bad, whatever, nefarious characters. They will tell you who they are publicly, and you'll see them doing it, and you think they can't mean it, and they tell you, they told you, we like building rockets in the desert. It's a great job. Laugh, 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 stuff it to the retail investor. I think that's awful. Anyway, it's up 19% today. It can't be up 19% because of plans to dilute. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? My theory is there's some manipulation going on here. What's happening is, I would imagine, is some big investors bought the bottom. It started to go up. Some retail investors are now getting FOMO and buying it and getting all excited, and then you watch it drop. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being too cynical because I've no respect and trust for Eric Kearney anymore. But to me, that looks like a pump and dump. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's pumped and dumped since the beginning of time. A leopard doesn't change its spots very often. What do you think? Is this different? Blimey. Anyway, there you go. We are doing a new feature. I'm going to just add this to the end of the video as we watch this. A new feature that we do on our show now is this, and it ranks on Google, and it shows you the sentiment of the stock, and people often these actual polls I'm going to show you now actually rank in YouTube because they're being picked up from my channel because YouTube owns Google, right? Sorry, Google owns YouTube. And these polls I'm going to show you now rank on Google, not just YouTube. And you can get real sentiment of a stock from real investors. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you this now and create this live. So let's do this now. Do you feel the stock is being manipulated on the news of another whoopsie-daisy, another round whoopsie-daisy of dilution, preparing for another pump and dump. Do you feel the stock is? Do you feel? In fact, I need to write the this down here. I forgot this. I need to put SPCE there, SPCE there, and I need to put Virgin Galactic up there as well. If it's going to rank on YouTube, if it's going to rank on Google. Do you feel the stock is being manipulated on the news of another round of dilution, preparing for another pump and dump? Let's put the tags. SPCE, Virgin Galactic, SPCE, Virgin Galactic, and then Martyn Lucas Investor. There you go. Yes. Pump and dump. No. It's up and away. There you go. So you either think it's great, you think it's just going to keep going up, this is great, or it's a pump and dump. All right, what do you think? Or if you're not sure, let's add the undecided option. So that way you don't have to just vote for one or the other. So yes, pump and dump. No, it's up and away. Undecided. Okay, let's post that. Okay, and let's see. And we're making this during a video. So we'll come back to that, and let's just see if that changes. So if anyone jumps on that now, let's see how it goes. Let's see the first person to vote. I'll leave it there for a couple of seconds. If not, we'll move on. But I'd like your thoughts on that. This will, as I say, appear on Google as well in searches if you want to see. What does the investor think? Do you think that this is another pump and dump, or is it up and away, and we're all good? We're up 20% right now. If you just go onto the homepage, into the community, you can vote on that. Okay, we'll check back that later. Okay, so what do you think? Click above my head. I'll give you the links to this down below in the description. And I'll also pin to the comments. And over here, I shall put possibly the link. And down here, I'll put the Virgin Galactic playlist. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Right. This is really, I'm surprised by that. Honestly, I am. But we shall see. Oh, 2 votes. Pump and dump. Yeah, I've already got 2 votes in. There you go. 2 votes in, and you say another pump and dump. I think it is. I mean, maybe this time's different, but there's nothing to suggest it is there? I mean, that's awful. On the call, they said everything was fine, and the next day they do that. It's like, I find it so disgusting, really, how people just make up stuff like this. This is insane. Yeah. 2 votes. Let me refresh it. Maybe it's gone up. That's what everybody else says. 3 votes. No, it's up and away. I bet that's Zaxate. I bet it's Zaxate. I hope it is. I hope it is. I don't want to see it go down. I don't want to see it go down. I mean, Leah owns it. I don't want to see it go down. I just don't like people being lied to and told one story then another. Just seems, say anything you want. Don't need to raise money. Next day we're going to have. I don't understand why people's lying all the time. I mean, everyone gets caught out. Is it like is it like you can lie and no one seems to care when you lie? I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Anyway, there it is. All right. Bitcoin's over 84 now. Bloody hell. William, I'll try and get to it. I'm running out. I'm way over time. Space. Tilray. I've made so many videos today. This is insane. I don't even know how I'm going to do them. I'm not here this afternoon. Ooh, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What happened there? Oh well. Okay. Ignore me. Tilray. Do I have any information on Tilray? TLRY. Right. Okay. I know what it is. It's old news, but it's old news, but it's dropping out of news. That's what it is. Trending down. I've seen it on my channel trending down. That's what's going on. 208. Okay, let's have a look at this. Last video. Tilray, oh, in fact, we'll go red. We have to, don't we? Tilray Brands, ticker symbol TLRY. 5.35% down today. It's a video I don't want to make because one of my dearest friends, Mike, is like relying on this going up. It's frustrating to watch. However, I've got some reasons why the reason why it's going down. And I'm also going to give you the technical chart, how to trade out of it should you wish to trade out of this stock and get some money out, and the best way to trade it. So let's talk about it. I'm just going to load this up for you. I'm making this live during a live video. Tilray Brands. Well, as you can see, the stock is down again. It's approaching its lowest levels. In fact, it's breaking the support levels, and that's important. If you want to know what I mean by that, last night I asked Sensei to make me a Tilray Brands chart, and he did this and he explained it very, very well. So if you are an investor or a trader in this stock, you really need to check this video out. And if you stay to the end, I'll give you the link to it and I'll pin it in the comments and give you all the links, and it'll automatically go there as well. So if you wait to the end, I'll give you that. But Sensei shows you all the support zones, the support levels, the buy zones, and all the rest of it for this stock. But there's some not only trading reasons, and Sensei will go over those, but there's also some actual other reasons which I can identify as well. And I can identify because I actually rank number 1 and 2 for this stock, depending on different times of the day. So I get a good idea of sentiment of investors and how they feel. And we all know a few days ago, this was reported. This was November the 6th, a few days ago. Cannabis stock falls as Florida rejects legalization. We know about that. We heard about that. That's when the stock came down. But it's continued to fall. Now, why has it continued to fall? We know this doesn't look good, all right? We're not even going to go through all of this. We've already covered this, but we know it lost the full legalization. It's become much more unpopular since then. But there's other reasons, and let me explain what I mean by that is building up to the election, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, mainly the Harris campaign, was going to get this passed. The Harris campaign didn't win. Donald Trump jumped on it as if it was his idea and he would do it. I don't think it's a priority for Donald Trump. I've got to be honest. He's too busy with ending wars all over the place and God knows what else and other things, Elon Musk. I don't think this is a big enough attention to draw Donald Trump's attention, if I'm honest. So I think, and I've seen it on my views of this stock, it's falling out of favor. People are getting too tired of the stock, which is, the storm before the dawn, if you like. You can always say, well, this is the lowest point. However, and the why I want to point you to Sensei's video, I'll give you the link in a minute. He showed you if it falls below this level, it could drop to 50 cents. And then we're in all kinds of bother. Under $1, we are reverse splitting. And you will know, if you followed this show, that when a company reverse split, 99 times out of 100, that's not an official statistic. It's just a sort of a sentiment. 90 times out of 100, the stock is done. Statistically, we've seen it time and time again. When this happens, you get the good indication that's probably the end of it. So just be aware that this might be the last chance you can get out with any level of money. It might be all over. Now, don't get me wrong. I still believe, and I've been saying forever, it's a $40 stock with full rescheduling, but Harris didn't win and she was trumping it. Pardon the pun, but she was. She didn't win. Trump, you make up your mind. Will he do it? Will he do what he said he does? Does he always live up to his promises? You decide. But I don't think it's going to be a priority for him. So I've seen on my views this go down. People aren't that bothered about Tilray anymore. They're selling out. It could be, as I say, the dawn, the storm before the dawn breaks and it all goes up. You've either got to buy it now, be all in, but we've seen it with Fisker and other stocks. We're now seeing it with, Virgin Galactic as well. Just reported another potential reverse split, a second one. So it's always a worry. But what we'll do, and it's a new feature to our show, here on the homepage of our channel, we can see what investors really think. Not bots, not scammers, not trolls, not idiots on Reddit talking nonsense. Real investors. Let me see what you really feel about this. And I've actually got a poll running here. If you go on the homepage of the channel here, right, and then you scroll across, we've got our very own community of investors. Very, very powerful tool because it ranks on Google, by the way. This ranks on Google so people can see what people think about the stocks, okay? If you scroll down here, Enphase, Plug, SMCI, ACHR, Tilray. Is Tilray going to survive? Is Tilray going to survive? And on this here, I give you the link to the chart as well so you can see the chart for Sensei and all the rest of it. But there you go. Is Tilray going to survive? Now, as you can see, 54 votes is reasonable since last night. This is only a few hours old. However, we used to get several hundred. The stock is not in favor anymore. People aren't trending it anymore like they used to. And people are undecided. 50-50. Look, 43% survive, 43%. It's no, it's not. People don't know. But the fact is, it's going down in popularity. So you might want to go and check that out. That will give an indication. If you vote on it and then look back, you can see what people's thoughts are on the stock. But it's not looking good. But go and check Sensei's video out, and that will give you the levels of support and resistance. And if it's crossed them, maybe take your money out. Or you hold forever because you think it's the greatest stock in the world. It can't go down forever. Eventually it goes bust. Okay. Click above my head for all the links. I'll put you all the links there. Down below in the description over here, I shall also put the link to it and the Tilray chart as well with Sensei. You might want to go and check that out. Okay. All right. There we go. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. I'm going to open the phone lines up and do a live phone in, because I know a number of you have this stock and you might be frustrated by this. So if you want to, if you want to call into the show, have your say about Tilray right now, then you can. All right? I'm going to open the phone lines. I'm not here this afternoon. There's no closing bell. All these videos are going to come out later because I'm going to the dermatologist. All right, so let me give you the link to phone in. Members only. If you want to be a member, there's the membership link. If you want to call in, you can. There's my X account. There's the all links. There's the extra. There's the Discord. The scalp training from Ed Nevius. All right, okay. And there's the music channel for the concert as well every Friday. All right, there's the link to call in. I just give it to you again so it pops up. There you go. And the password is LucasAids, as always. So we'll do a live phone in now. All right, just before we finish, we'll finish up with the live phone in. There's Lucas Aids. If you want to phone in, uppercase L, uppercase A, you don't need any software. I'll take care of all of that. All you got to do is click on that in your browser, and you can call in and have your say. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? All right. I'll give you a couple of minutes. All right. We'll give you a couple of minutes. If no one phones in, I'll end the show. Right, just before I go, tomorrow we've got GeoVax in the evening. We've got Shopify in the morning. We can do 2 more earnings. 2 more earnings. And I'm going to give you the choice. If you are a member of the channel and you do a $5 super chat, you can have tomorrow morning. Shopify is already gone. You can have Plug Power if you want. Oops, a daisy. I'm on the wrong thing. Sorry about that. It's on the music channel. You can have Plug. Shopify is already gone. You can have Plug Power tomorrow morning if you want it, or Novavax, or anything else that you choose. Richard Garcia. We've been talking about space. We think it's being manipulated because of another reverse split. And then you've got in the afternoon, we've already got booked in GeoVax, but you could have Rumble, Soundtown, Rocket Lab, Spotify, whatever you like, Carver, Wolf. One more we can fit in. Once it's gone, it's gone. And that is it. Right. No one's calling in, so we won't do a live phone in. The phone lines are still open if you do want to call in. Let's just have a quick look of how many came in today. We've had 919 people in the stream. Fantastic. We're up to 17,000 views. When I went on holiday, we got down to 2,000 over 48 hours. Last week, I ended up with 10,000. This week, I started with 15,000. So it's really good. The channel is just booming again. Thanks to all of you. Oh, we've got a phone line. I thought MSK would probably call in because he's big into this. Thank you, Sensei. Sorry, MSK. Channel's coming up to 38,000 subscribers now. Another milestone. Absolutely awesome. Right. So let's go over then to our phone in. We can have up to 10 people call in at once. If you want to call in, we can have 10 people call in, but I am going to bring in MSK. I'd like to know his thoughts. He's big into this. MSK, before I bring you on the camera, can I ask you, very, very important, don't use any of the sensitive words. Don't use the C word or the M word because it will just flag out the video. Because I could actually do, in fact, what I'll do, I'll make a video out of our call, what your thoughts are. But if you mention certain words, it just won't appear on YouTube. It's crazy, isn't it? Thank you. He understands. Right, so we'll do that. So we'll do this at the end then. Tilray interview. TL. If anybody else wants to call in, we can have up to 10 people. Have your say. So here we go. Tilray Brands. We made a video earlier and shared with you the chart about it. But I've also got on the line an investor who's been in this stock, a large investor, in fact, who's had a lot of success with trading and investing. One of our friends on the channel, it's MSK, who's calling into the show live. I'm making this during a live show, who's going to give his thoughts on the stock and general economy today, and let's see what he says. So it'd be nice to get his thoughts. He is a big investor in this stock and has been in and out of it and made money from it. So tap the like button if you like this video and consider subscribing. But let's welcome on to the show. We've got MSK. How are you this morning, mate? Lovely to have you here.
Yeah, not too bad. It would be so hilarious if I just started with a sensitive word, wouldn't it? But anyway, I'm not going to do that. Don't worry.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's been it's frustrating. But you know what? I feel more frustrated for Mike, if I'm absolutely honest.
Me too. That's what upsets me. Doesn't really bother me whether the stock's up or down, but I care that Mike's stressed out and Mike's losing money. So yeah, talk to me, MSK.
Yeah. So I had a good crypto weekend, if I'm honest. So I'm quite happy with that. But
I
yeah, it
think
is really.
that's a good point you've mentioned,
Yeah.
because I think the people that buy Tilray are crypto investors. High risk, high gain, trendy, sexy, stocks that are trending. And I think, as well as it's losing out of favor, it's getting less views. Crypto is now getting more views. I wouldn't be surprised if people are just going, I've done with it. I'm taking my money and I'm buying Bitcoin, which of course is the wrong thing to do, because you're selling at the bottom and buying at the top. And I just think, but that's what retail investors do. They didn't buy it in the bear market. They bought Tilray at the top. They bought Bitcoin at the bottom. Sorry, they didn't buy it at the bottom. But I mean, do you think there's some weight in that argument?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I'm sure some people might well be tempted to do that.
Yeah.
I think the stock has tanked because I read some news around um, some foul play with the DEA around the hearing of the rescheduling decision.
Okay.
Uh, this was on Marijuana Moment. It's a great sort of platform which shares a lot of the latest news around marijuana legalization, etc.
Try and avoid that word if you can.
Oh right, oh right, okay, that's what you meant by the M word. I was thinking what the M
Yes.
word was.
Yes.
Okay,
That
right,
word.
okay. I can't
Thank
say
you.
that either. I can't say that either. Okay,
No.
but yeah, there was a couple of researchers calling out potential foul play and bias in terms of what the DEA are doing in terms of the upcoming hearing.
Ah.
And so that's been delayed, apparently, due to the investigations, which obviously is
Okay.
very frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, could if you believe it, it presents
Mhm.
opportunity. It's one of those
Yeah,
things, isn't it? This is where real
it
money is
is.
made. It's those that
Yeah.
say I'm going all in. And as you know from experience, it doesn't always pan out.
No, I
Sometimes it
don't want
does.
another Fisker.
We
Don't
don't
want
want a
another Fisker.
Fisker. Don't want.
No, no.
No, I don't know why I'm laughing. There's nothing laughing about. It's not a laughing matter,
Yeah,
but we all know the ups and downs of trading with these
yeah.
risky stocks, don't we?
When I saw the price today, part of me was thinking, should I get more? And the other part of me was thinking Fisker. Yeah. So
I just think
the
if you
point is there.
concentrate,
Yeah.
and I've made that a real thing in Seaton 4, if you
Yeah.
concentrate on avoiding losing money, you make money by default. Just because of inflation, money goes up. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean by that? You're right.
Yeah.
Prices just go up. If you are out of the market and you're a spender, consumer, you're getting worse and worse off. Your money in your bank's going down, your spending power's going down. If you invest and you don't lose money, you make money by default because stock prices go up because of inflation and the way money works. So
Yeah.
avoid losing money. You're going to always make money. And, people want to make more and more money and they take bigger risks. Well, I think, for me, my goal is $1 million. I can achieve that without ever losing ever, which is what I've done since I rebalanced in January. And I just did 19 trades, 19 wins. And I don't see any way I'll lose again. My Coca-Cola will
Yeah.
win. It might take me till February, March, but I will win on it. And then I'll just keep going and keep going. And Tilray is going to make people millionaires out of pretty much nothing. And it's also going to make people lose all their money as well. Which one is it?
You
We
know,
don't know.
having said that, it's times like this when you think, actually, I'm kind of happy that Simon's decided to diversify, because
Ooh.
yeah, I know you're
I
a
don't
bit
like that
iffy on.
business model. No.
Yeah,
You
no.
just buy
Uh,
DraftKings instead. If you want just a beer, if you just want a brewery, buy a brewery. There's better
Yeah.
breweries than Tilray brands.
Yeah, but what if you wanted to infuse that with a bit of cannabis?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
sorry,
get
I
it.
can't say that. I
Yeah,
can't
I
say
know,
that.
I get
Sorry.
it. No, I try to cover it over.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
You're just giving me more edits to do later on. That's all. I'll sort it out.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, diversifying. Well, let me put it to you. What if Virgin Galactic went, this rocket building isn't working. Let's do a bit of Coca-Cola. Let's bottle some beer. What do you think of that? Would you like that?
But you can't really mix
No,
rockets.
I get it.
With,
I get it.
with Coke
Well, maybe
as
they sell it in space.
Yeah,
Maybe when you
yeah.
go up, you can have a little swifter. Have a little swifter while you're when you're flying around the world. You can have a little like Jeremy Clarkson. You can have a Theakston's or Thorkston's or Hawkston's. I think it is. I don't know. I just think it's a bit. I get what you're saying. It's the same business.
Yeah.
It's infusing, but when he started doing that to me was a worrying sign. To be honest with you, it's all about one thing. It always has been about one thing: rescheduling.
Yeah.
People don't. I don't think everyone's really truly grasped how important that is. It's not just, well, now they can sell it to more people. Their tax position changes, why they call it safe banking, the way their finances are done. Everything changes. They can't advertise. There's many things that they can't do where they currently stand at the moment. The business would be transformed. That's why I've said it's a $40 stock. And I do believe it will come, and I believe it would have been top of the list with Harris because she was really championing it. It was a big thing for her and Biden. I think Trump's going to be a bit more, he wants to end the wars and he wants to be the savior of all that. I don't think he's focused on this at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's an interesting one because there's a lot of research coming out around the medical benefits of M. And
no doubt about
I
it.
think, I think that is going to be a pivotal factor in terms of rescheduling. Perhaps Trump might not. I've seen a comment around executive order and legalization, but I don't think he'd push for legalization, but rescheduling. I think due to the ongoing sort of research and positive sort of.
I just want to be clear, to put a law in place, a policy is different than a law. An executive order, Trump can't go, I'm making this legal, and it happens. America, as much as Trump might like to be able to do that, it's not a dictatorship. It doesn't come into law. It then goes to Congress and Supreme Court and yada yada. Donald Trump can't just make an executive order and go, it's done.
Yeah.
He can say certain policies are done, but he can't say it's now in law. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I think everything really hinges upon the DEA at this point.
Absolutely.
It just as long as it's done in a fair process, I'm okay with it. But if what's being hinted as in foul play and bias is happening, that shouldn't be happening. It's like Gary Gensler and the SEC, with XRP.
Well, I mean, look at this morning with Virgin Galactic. Lots of things shouldn't be happening that do happen. They said on their earnings, we don't need to raise funds. And I went, the way they said that didn't sound convincing. And then they said, we're having fun. There's nothing better than making rockets in the desert. Yeah, because you got, CEO Michael Colglazier pays himself a small fortune to do a job he loves. He gets paid. A bit like Peter Rawlinson, who took all the money from Lucid. Now it's $1 a share. Remember that?
Yeah.
Same situation. Imagine you're the CEO. It's like Martyn Lucas LLC. I employ myself. I pay myself all the profit. There's nothing left for anyone. And if you were all investing in me, there's nothing for the shareholder, but don't worry, I'm having a great time, paying myself $1 million a year. And then all of a sudden, we get news this morning. Oh, there's not news this morning, but it's a couple of days ago. It looks like we're going to be diluting the stock again. As the stock pumps up, and I think to go back down again. Manipulation seems to be all over stocks. It just seems so wrong. I don't know how people get away with it.
Absolutely. That's one of the other things I worry a little bit because I know that Simon pays himself quite a lot. That does worry me as well. So,
exactly. I think some people forget that. If you were a publicly traded company or an LLC or whatever you are, you're protected, okay? Erwin Simon does a job he enjoys doing, and he pays himself because he's a CEO. He tells himself how much he wants to pay himself. He pays himself so much money. If his business fails at the end of the day, his money and his house and his pension and his stuff that he's got is perfectly fine, and he'll ride off into the sunset. Well, all the shareholders go, well, that was a nice journey down the toilet. People don't seem to realize that. These people, like Henrik Fisker's all right. Donald Trump's gone bankrupt 5 times,
Yeah.
5 or 6 times. He's all right. You know, the shareholders of his businesses weren't so all right at the time, and the employees weren't all right at the time. And I think this is what we get. You know, I think a lot of retail investors lose sight of that, and I get lots of comments from people saying, you know, we're all behind these CEOs, like it's like their team mascot. It's like they're like fan club, and I'm thinking they don't see you that way. I know it's nice to feel that way, but they don't see you that way. They see you as the way for them to get their original funding and pay their wages. They don't see you as, we're trying to help you. We want you to make money. They don't see it that way.
Yeah, I just saw a comment from Mike around pharma, and absolutely that there would be pharmacy, lobbyists lobbying arguing against marijuana because it's bad for their business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good point. I don't think we've ever touched on that before. And we know the OxyContin thing. We know the government shelved that, and people never face trial. And I mean, we all watched the series on Netflix.
Right.
Oh, that was a terror. Did you watch that on Netflix? Did you ever see that? There was an OxyContin series on Netflix, and it made me feel sick. I was so upset with the way the system worked.
I haven't seen it. I've read about the case, but I haven't actually seen it. But yeah, that would be interesting to watch.
The government knew what was going on. No one faced any penalties. It was terrible. It was just money, the people at the top. Unbelievable. And you're absolutely right. We've never said that on the show before, but I think there's a good discussion point there. Big Pharma. And remember, this is such a small business compared to them. They can squash that like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
This ain't going to get past, mate.
Absolutely.
Ain't going to get through, and it doesn't. Yeah, Mike makes a very good point there.
Yeah. In fact, it's quite close to my heart, because when I did my master's, I did my thesis on Prozac for pediatric depression, so placebo versus Prozac. And actually, my conclusion was that a placebo is actually as effective and less and more safe compared to Prozac for pediatric depression. The Prozac actually led to higher risk of suicidal ideation. And so now, according to NICE guidelines...
You really believe that? A placebo?
Excuse the pun. Do I really believe that? That's because placebo is about believing, isn't it? At the end of the day, and there's a lot of research on it. I don't want to go too much into that, because I'll probably because I've read too much into that basically. So I don't want to have a lecture.
That's
into
an interesting thought, though. An interesting thought, though.
Yeah,
I do believe that the mind power is very powerful, and positive thinking, and I agree.
To get the FDA approval, you need to go through these trials, and one of the kind of things that you need to meet, standards you need to meet, is that you need to prove that your drug is better than a placebo, significantly better than a placebo. So in a randomized control trial. So
as I'm talking to you, breaking news.
Yep.
Look at this.
Oh, okay.
Holy cow. Bitcoin has just gone up 5% in the last couple of moments. It's absolutely shooting up. No one seems to care what I said earlier. They just pay anything for it. Dogecoin, look at that. 15% going through the roof. Wow. What do you make of that? This could be another reason.
You check why Shiba as well.
Shiba as well. Let me have a look. See if I got that. This could be another reason why Tilray or anything like this is just losing favor. People go, I mean, it's the same sort of people. You can see it's the same people that buy it. Shiba Inu, 13%.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's nuts. That shows you.
I'm just milking it now. Could you check for the last week, the gains for the last week?
Yep. 64.
There you go. So you can see that, that's why I'm okay. I'm just feeling a bit bad for Mike because
you're okay.
You know,
So basically what you're saying
Yeah.
is
yeah.
Mike's buggered, but I'm having a great time. That's what we're saying.
No.
That's what you're saying.
I'm like Mike.
That's not
I'm
what
here
you
for
want to
you
say,
if
but
you
that's
need
what you
me.
are.
No.
You don't want to say that, but that is
No.
what you're saying.
Diversify.
Mike's a big boy. He knows the game. He knows the
Technology.
deal. He knows you
I'm
win, you
just gonna
lose.
say random words now.
Yeah. Just swear as much as you can. Completely destroy the video. Yeah, but look at that though. That is. Wow. It's just gone nuts. No, see that for me could be part of why certain stocks are going to be dumped today, because this is, and that is the wrong way to invest. We all know it.
Yeah.
We all know it, but people, I'm so glad. I feel so good in myself that I've grown, because at the beginning I was full of FOMO. I'd be like, oh, Bitcoin's going to 100,000. And I'm sitting here going, I hope it does without me in it, because everyone will make money and I'll be thrilled to bits. It'll be great for everybody and I'll be really happy for you, because it will get back the money you lost on Fisker. You're now going to make it on Shiba, and it's great. Bit frustrating not seeing XRP move the same way though, right? Isn't that weird?
It is. I agree with you. It is
Just going completely sideways.
If anything, I was hoping for XRP to have this kind of action, as opposed to even more so than Shiba. But interesting that. But
If you
know
believe
what, on that
what
point you
Kathy
just
Wood
mentioned,
says, though, if you believe what Kathy Wood says, and I don't, so much evidence to show me she just cares about herself and talking nonsense, whatever promotes her. She's been saying stocks that just go sideways forever and ever and ever. The longer they go sideways, the bigger the breakout. She's the same person who says, Tesla's the best thing in the world, and she's always selling it, telling you it's great and all this. So maybe XRP just keeps going sideways, and then suddenly everyone goes, every other crypto asset has boomed. Why is probably the best one doing nothing? And then, boom. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
Yeah. I was just going to touch on that point around the investor that likes to take risks versus the boring investor. I think you'd mentioned on another live. I'm trying to. I'm really after watching you, I've been inspired, and also I have to say, what a time to get into the S&P. And go
did that work out all
35,
right?
40% in one in the last year.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, look at my 1 year gain. And I just have to clarify this. It's very important, because everyone's going, you can't make 45% in a year. No one can. Yeah. I've made 45% in the year because S&P. I bought the dips to add. On the S&P. You can make 45. It's ridiculous. I've made 45% because I bought the dips. I've amplified the dips with margin. So really, that would only be about 22%, not 45. Let's get that absolutely straight. But nevertheless, that is the result. It's clear for all to see. And I feel great.
I mean, if you check the chart for the S&P for over the last 12 months, it's probably gone up about 35%, hasn't it?
Yeah, not as much as my portfolio. Let me show you. I can do exactly that.
Because you've been obviously in and out.
I've been buying the dips. Yeah, exactly. I've not been in and out on the brokerage. I've not traded once, but I've added more. Right. So if we look at we'll do exactly the same thing. We'll go 1 year, 45%. Okay, 45.8, and I only own the S&P. There's nothing else on it. So let's go now into VU, and we'll go 1 year, 36. There you go. So it's done 36 just by itself. Now again, and I think this is really important to remember, right? There'd be a lot of people going, well, I'm in the S&P and I'm not up 36%. How is it possible? Well, if you bought on January the 1st, that's what you're up by. Well, the reality is, most people, those who have a 401k, who buy every month on their job or whatever, they contribute to their pension every month, or passive investors, they buy every month when they get paid or every week, and they've been buying on the way up. And if you've been buying on the way up, you didn't buy all of it on day one and do nothing, then of course you would be up, a lot less because you've been buying up, which is important for me to also say about my account, because you know it says 45%, which is better than 36. Okay, I'd actually be up in the 60%. Do you know why? You understand why, right? Because I bought another 10 just a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So my average is constantly going up.
Yes.
My average is going up and up and up. So people concentrate on lowering their averages, and that's not the way to look at it. People are like trying to simplify investing. Buy the dip, buy low, sell high, yada yada, go into the moon, average down. All of that is rubbish. Most of that is so simplistic, it's not enough. Like we talked earlier about buying and then selling and end up buying something else. Now you haven't got money to pay your tax. There's a bigger picture, and you need to look at the whole spectrum, not just, I'm going up, now I'm rich. There's more to it than that. But I'd be up somewhere in the 60 region, literally double what the market has done, because I've been buying on the way up. So my average has been going up along with it. It's not been staying the same. So actually, I'm really up, 60 if you want to look at it like that, but you can't. Can you? So anyway, important to note that.
But then that percentage also includes what you put in terms of your YouTube earnings and stuff as well, doesn't it? Or does it exclude that?
No,
Is that separate?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Now that's again a thing that confuses people. If I add $1 million today, I won the lottery and I put $1 million in, my balance goes up, obviously. So look, I've got $1 million now, but that percentage is exactly the same. It's the gain over the stocks I own, not how much money I had. If I put $1 million in today and I bought $1 million worth of the S&P today, my profit would be increased by the amount I've put in, but the percentage would be the same, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I can't exaggerate my gains, and I can't exaggerate my percentage gains by simply having more money than anybody else. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. That's not how it works.
So Robinhood actually does take that into account, does it? Like if you put in the exact amount of money that you have in your Robinhood balance right now, it doesn't just suddenly show, oh, you've gone up 100%. If you know what I mean? No. Does it? No, it doesn't.
No,
okay.
No. It can't. Okay. It can't do that. That's not how in the brokerage or any investment any investment interface works. It can't work that way. It's showing you.
Well, you'd be surprised. eToro does that. If I put in money, eToro thinks.
No, all right. If you have got if you have got some sort of app, some sort of system that's making it entertaining by saying you obviously. I mean, if you put $10 in and then, you put $100 in and then you have another $100 from an entertainment point of view, you've gone up 200%.
Oh no, they have that setting by default. It's actually a flaw in the system. Yeah.
Right, but you haven't gone up 100%.
No, exactly.
You have from an entertainment point of view. If you want to inspire yourself, it's like you could have a target, couldn't you? You could build like a pie chart or a graph and go, I want to just see my balance go up. And every time I double my money, I've gone up 100%. Well, yeah, you have, but that's just your balance, not your gains on the stocks that you've bought.
Yeah.
That's not.
I could be like one of those fake traders with the YouTube channel saying, "Oh, I just made 150% gains this month."
No.
With a Ferrari in the background.
If we were doing that, if that's how we were doing our show, and that's how I was doing it, it would be the richest kid wins. Yeah. So someone who's only got $10, who's made a really good investment, who's bought a really good stock and had a really good gain, is always going to lose because the guy comes along with $10,000 and go, there you go, I've just quadrupled my portfolio in 5 seconds. That's not how it works. Yes, you've got more money and you've put more money in. But when we talk about gains, and this is really important, I'm so glad you've mentioned it. When we talk about gains, it's what I have made out of the investments I have and the losses, of course, not how much money I put in. But obviously, the more money you put in, the more money you're going to make or lose, but but the profit the percentage will always be the same. If I had $1 million and I bought the S&P today, and you had $1 and bought the S&P today, and we waited a year, we'd both be up 10% at the end of the year. But my $1 million is $100,000 because obviously 10% of $1 million, right? It's the same. So I'm glad you mentioned that. That's important.
Yeah, no, Mike, I do still believe in the sector. I believe in the medicinal benefits of marijuana. I think obviously it's been a very long and frustrating wait, but it's not financial advice. I'm going to still hold. And I think the green gang is going to turn green eventually. But again, it's not financial advice. You do what you have to, Mike.
At this level, I'm going to be honest now. At this level, the gamble has just got increasingly more risky.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not 50-50 anymore.
Yeah. And it's sad to see
because they run out of money. They can't raise finance. They can't get new money. They can't they can't dilute. Well, of course they can, but you dilute the stock at 140, everyone's gone, right?
Yeah.
And now you've got only we're looking at it now. We're 141. It's still going down. It's going to be soon. People. Sorry, it's over here. Soon people will be talking about the what do you call it? Reverse split to hold it above $1. That's what's next. And we all know how that.
I'm really dreading that. I hope reverse split won't be something that
Well, Sensei's chart, and I don't remember the number, but I think it was. Everyone needs to go and watch it. But I think he said if it broke 150. We're at 141. Don't quote me on that. I think he said that. Yeah. If it breaks 150, it could go down to 50 cents, and then we are reverse splitting.
Oh no. Okay.
140.
What's up, Mike? Yeah. Don't jump off the closest bridge, Mike. Just stay calm. All right. I just read his comment. Yeah.
I'm jumping off the closest bridge. He's all right. I know he's down. We've all been here. I've been here. I lost 30 grand on Virgin Galactic. Them days are gone, But I've been there. I know what it feels like. You kept dollar cost averaging down, but and I'm going to repeat this: dollar cost average down is so simplified and it is so pushed around on YouTube. I watched an interview with Peter Lynch once. Very good, very, very good. And this whole idea of catching a falling knife, it's a very dangerous thing to do. It's going down for a reason. But remember, the stock price does not dictate the value of the business. It's just the price that people are trading it at the moment. Equally going up. I think a lot of stocks are too expensive now.
Yeah.
I think Virgin Galactic is being pumped up just to be dumped. But who knows? What do I know? In a year, when Delta's out and it's making money, then it's worth more. But is it worth a 20% rally today on no news? There's no news. There's no reason. The only news was they're going to dilute. Well, that's a bad news. But if you've got the money to move the stock, you buy it, you pump it up, everyone follows you and thinks this is great, and then you take it and dump it back down again.
Yeah. Yeah, I do find that strange. I'm still thinking there must be some kind of news.
Well, I've gone through. I've got all the paid subscriptions to several things, and nothing's coming up today. There's no SEC filings I can look at. No, just the intent to dilute.
Yeah, listen, if there was, someone in the chat would have put something, right?
yeah, exactly. So, but look, it's gone up even further. But think about this: it's 21.2. Look, need 22% now. It makes sense. Look at it. Just look at this for a moment, right? If we look at it here, where is it? I'm looking at hedge funds, insiders. That's not today, so that's not going to help us. If we look at, I know what I want to look at. It's the market cap. Where is it? Look, 187 million, right? 187 million. And remember, we know how much cash they got on hand. So it's undervalued if you look at the cash on the books. However, we are burning through, right? 187 million. And predominantly, there's a lot of institutions, but mainly this is a retail stock. retailers like this, right? If you're an institution and you know, and the stock was down after earnings, it was massively down, right? It went all the way off a cliff again, like we said it would. If you're an institution, you've only got to buy, I don't know, 1 million shares or some small number. I'm not going to calculate it, but some small amount that will make the stock move enough to show momentum. Retailers, which mainly are, see it going up, see what's going on with Bitcoin, start buying it. Up, 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 up it goes. Everyone gets FOMO. Everyone gets excited. It's very easy to get FOMO in this stock. Up and up and up it goes. And the moment it gets to something of some sort of relative value, I don't know, 25, 30%, the institution that can move it go, boom, and it goes straight back down again. We've seen it happen over and over again. Maybe this time it won't do it. But I can't see how it's good news that we're going to dilute again.
Yeah,
it's great they have more money,
absolutely.
but they said they had enough money.
Yeah,
that's what worries me. We've got enough money to get to Delta, but we're going to reverse split. But we're going to dilute instead. When we've already done that to the shareholder, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, that is a very good point actually, and I hope for Zach Sate's sake. That's actually a bit of a tongue twister. That it doesn't it doesn't get. I just have a feeling it will, though. It's going to get dumped, isn't it? I just have a feeling. I mean, as you just correctly pointed out, if the dilution is coming, then
if you want any evidence of institutional manipulation, I'm going to show it you right now.
Okay.
There. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has just reported an earnings, which, if you dive down deep into it, was a good earnings. Nothing wrong with the earnings at all. The growth is there next year. Look how it fell off a cliff. And Coca-Cola doesn't even have this sort of volatility. That's why you own the stock, right?
Yeah.
I tell you what's going on right now. I absolutely 100%. And it's why I bought it. It's why I'm really hoping it can stay that way until 1st of January when I can add more to my Roth. It's being sold by the institutions. Remember, they bought it for pennies years ago, right? They're selling it, they're driving it down, and we're going to have all kinds of tax movement at the end of the year. We're coming up to it, only a couple of weeks to go, and we'll be coming up to all of that, and it will get bought back. Why is everyone dumping Coca-Cola when all the growth projections and everything's looking good next year? Makes no sense. Because it's owned, I think it's 77% is owned by institutions. So me buying it and me selling it doesn't do nothing. But when the big institutions sell it, it moves really quickly. They're driving it down just to buy it back. So there you go. So manipulations even in Coca-Cola.
Interesting fact, Martyn. So from my experience from the research side of things, so I noticed during my meta-analysis that I undertook that a lot of these pharmacies, they tend to discontinue the studies when the results aren't going their way and they don't publish it. How cheeky is that, right? How cheeky is that? If the trials aren't going their way in terms of proving that their drug is actually working, they actually stop the trial and they don't publish the work, saying that, oh, this drug hasn't actually quite worked as well as we thought it would.
Because if they published it, it would destroy the stock.
It would not the stock. That it would actually destroy their or it would dampen their chances of getting FDA approval to get it into the.
I see. I see. Okay, that's
so it's not transparent. If it was everything was transparent and everything was published, you'd see actually there was a lot of studies saying that this drug is actually dangerous or it's not safe. And all that is not published.
And before everyone jumps off the nearest cliff and thinks this whole game is rigged and it's not everything, let's just get this said. It's really important. The stock market wouldn't work if it was all open and above board and transparent.
Yeah.
Because if we all knew what was going to go up when it was going to go up and what was going to go down when it was going to go down, it wouldn't work. It'd be like, I remember watching, I think it was God Almighty, I think it was, with Carey, what's his Jim Carrey, and
Carrey,
he was God for a day, and he said he let everybody win the lottery in the town. Everybody wins the lottery because he was answering prayers, and everyone was going, "Please let me win the lottery." So everybody won the lottery. So it created havoc. Life doesn't work when everyone wins the lottery. And if you all think that it's unfair, this game that you're playing, the stock market, is unfair. It's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. If you gave all the money to the poor would spend it back with the rich, and the rich would become rich again. It's an unfair world. Deal with it. It's called capitalism.
Yeah. Well, in the stock market, that's fair enough. But then in terms of if you're creating or building medicines to treat
but why
people,
are they doing it? You're thinking of it in a nice way. Let's cure cancer and help people. That's me and you talking. That's what we want to do, right? Yeah. But the people who give you $1 billion probably don't care about that. They just want their billion turned into 2.
Yeah, absolutely. So if it keeps,
it's not a nice world.
If the patient's cured, then that's not a repeated customer at the end of the day. That's how it works.
That's no good
that's
for me.
No good. No,
I'm not going to invest money in that.
Let's make them a little bit better so that they keep coming back.
But not too quick. Not too much.
Let's not cure. Let's not. We need that repeat customer. So.
And that's a sad fact.
Yeah, it is a sad fact. Yeah,
it is. But at the end of the day, if you invest and you play the dirty game. And you make money, in my case, I make money for me and Leah, I can do good in my life. Yeah. I can help people. I can do charity work. I can do this show. I can sit here answering questions. I can provide a service. So I used to think money was an ugly thing. It can be. But if you've got money and you're successful, you can do good with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's no point being the most, lovely, wonderful person with no money because you can't act out any of those ideas.
Yeah.
You have to make some money to do it.
Yeah. On that note, I'm fingers crossed. Hopefully you get the 10,000 in your music, 10,000 subscribers in your music show.
I hope so
quickly.
too.
I'm really excited for the fundraising.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. No, I am. Final thoughts on Tilray then. Let's have a final look at it. Let's see where it is right now. Would you be buying it? Are you? What is your thought? Because invested. Because I know you are.
Martin. I'm just going to keep my promise to myself, which is I've invested the amount that I'm happy investing or putting into the market. I'm not going to take more money out of my business or my personal bank account or anything like that and put it into the stock market anymore, because I've put in as much as I'm happy to put in. So I'm just going to be disciplined. I'm going to be boring, which is a good thing.
It is. I like it all day long.
And I'm not going to get excited and try to dollar cost average anymore. I'm just going to, if it goes up, if it goes down, let it do its thing. I'm not going to Well, yeah, it's walking. It's very often the trades you don't do, the trades that are successful. Mm-hmm. I was looking at Coca-Cola. It's consolidating around this 4% down. I could go into my brokerage account using my margin to buy Coca-Cola because I can't buy it in my Roth IRA because it's maxed out, right? And I could get it for 4% lower than where it is. Why don't you do it? You believe it's going to go up? Why don't you do it? Because it changes my strategy. Because I'm now buying an asset, apart from the whole, transparency that I only own the S&P. I now own Coca-Cola. I've got to sell it because I don't want to have more margin. I've got to manage my 50% margin limit. My margin has now gone higher. Okay, it's safe on Coca-Cola. It's not going to keep going down. All right. But it's changed my entire strategy. I've then got to sell it. I've got to pay tax on it. I don't want to ever sell because and on top of that, I want to use any available margin that I want to access, which I've got about 6% left because of the 50% threshold, to move into my Roth in January and buy Coca-Cola then. So I'm sitting here looking at it 4% down, waiting, patience, rather than go, I'm just going to buy it today. I'm just going to buy it today. It's 4% down, jump, because you change the strategy. Like you just said, you've got enough of this, you've got enough invested, you know your risk management, you follow the path, you stick to it. You start deviating and chasing all over the place, that's the road to ruin. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Let's just since you asked me about placebo earlier, I'll just give you an interesting, just like an interesting kind of fact. So there's been studies, published studies that actually one I found interesting that I came across where in a randomized control trial we have a group of people with who are given a drug that and they've been told it's 50p. That's how much this bottle
Right.
it costs. And then there's another group of people, and they've been given a drug. Again, these aren't actual drugs, but or let's just say it's paracetamol. And
Okay.
this other cohort that they've been told it costs £15. Okay.
Okay.
Now these are figures are made up. I don't remember the exact details.
No, I get your
Now,
point though. That's fine.
so the group of people who they both obviously took the drugs in a controlled manner, so it's very consistent. The £15 drug actually produced better results. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, both bottles had the same thing in it.
Yeah.
So the idea that this £15 drug actually these people because it costs quite a significant amount, it probably is a better drug.
Yeah.
And that thought actually
That
it
is
invoked
absolutely
yeah
that is absolutely true. When we
yeah
started off our show one night in Vegas, and we started and we're brand new, how do you price it? What do you price it at? I did it cheap to try and get people to come to a new show. No one would come. As it got more expensive, I could sell more tickets. How crazy is that? I was in Blackpool, the Blackpool Grand, the number one variety theatre in Britain, the Blackpool Grand, next to the Blackpool Pier, the Tower, and all of it. I did three Easter Sundays there, following Joe Longthorne, Beyond the Barricades, and something else. Anyway, I did it there, and the tickets were like £70 or whatever to go into the show, whatever. And we wanted to promote it. And I went out on the beach with my showgirls and all the big truck and all the flyers, and we were giving out tickets. We couldn't give away tickets because they were free. In the theatre, they're 70 quid. People think if it's free, it's rubbish. And all I'm trying to do is fill the last few seats up to make it look good, so I could have a sellout. Yeah, very, very true. It's crazy, isn't it? But yeah, if you make it free or cheap, people think it's rubbish.
Yeah. The craziest thing is that it actually invokes a physiobiological reaction. If you actually think something is better for you, it most likely actually creates a better impact in terms of alleviating pain, or especially in terms of pain.
I tell you what, then,
this seems
MSK.
to be the case.
On that note, we're gonna end this. This will be a Tilray video. I'm gonna put out as a Tilray video later on. We're gonna end on that point then. So quality and costing you money makes you feel better. I strongly suggest, if you want to feel better today, if you've watched this show for 4 hours now, we've been going since 7 o'clock, and you feel you've watched it for free, how much better would you feel if you put a $10 super chat in the chat? I'm just saying, it would make you feel better. Because now you've paid for the quality. MSK, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you very much for calling in.
Yeah, always a pleasure being here. Thanks, Martyn.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks.
MSK, great contribution again today. Wonderful to have him on the show. So Tilray Brands, are you buying the dips? Do you feel like giving a super chat? Do you feel like giving a super thanks? I don't know. It's medicinal purposes. It'll probably make you feel better. Make me feel better. Definitely. And if I feel better, you feel better. Because round and round, it's a loop. Get in the loop. Do it. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here for more nonsense like this. And down here as well, more information. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right. Okay, I've got to go. No closing bell this afternoon, folks, because I'm going to the dermatologist. Leah has me sit on a bench in my underpants with a little bloody paper like dressing gown thing wrapped round me. Well, this woman comes in and checks every inch of my body to make sure I haven't got any marks that need attention. So I should be going, what about this? See that? What about that? Yeah, what about that? What do you think of that? Anyway, should have a little look at it. And if it's bad, they freeze it. So far, So far, I've got away scot-free. I've never had any marks, but you never know. Today might be the day I come back and go, oh, I got a little mark here. They burned it off. If they do it on I don't think there's anything on my face. My face looks pretty good. But I'll let you know tomorrow how I get on. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Let's see. Have we got any last comments? I want to make sure that every single member today had their say. So if you want to comment, if there's a question, there's something that you wanted to say to me and I missed it, do it now. Members only. There. There we go. We got Brian Bynum feels better straight away. Brian Bynum feels better straight away. Let's put it on the screen. Brian Bynum says, I absolutely feel better. I love it. I feel better. Absolutely right. I feel better. I agree. Let's do day trade of the day. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Brian Bynum. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry it's not reading them out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't quite worked out why it doesn't. Let's do day trader of the day. So on that note, we will put the sound effects just down to there, and let's do day trader of the day. Here we go. I am Tilray Brands is over there. Let's go back to there. Are we up? Yes. We're up 0.33. So let's go here. Day trader of the day, up 0.33. There you go, up 0.33. Let's see who wins today. I have a lot of places working in sun all my life. That's what it's all about. Got to be very careful. Up 0.33. Down 2.68. Should we have day trader of the losing day trader of the day today, shall we? Who loses the most? Maybe we should do that today. Just so Mike can win. He's having a tough day with his bloody Tilray. Down 1.64. Yikes. Down 0.48. Only due to Tilray. Rubbish. Rubbish is right. Rubbish is right. Okay, what we're going to do is, as we end the show, we're going to take you to the extra channel where I'll keep running all day, and you can see when all the videos come out. You can also get the latest update from my dermatology appointment. I like to encourage people to do all these things. That's why I mention it. So here is the extra channel. Extra live all day. Extra live all day. Extra is live all day. Pinned to the top. There you go. That's where we'll go right at the end of this. We've got James already waiting. There you go. There's the extra channel. James is already in there behind the scenes. You can see what's going on. I don't know why I'm red. That was the Tilray. Look at that. There you go. Up 0.66. Up 5.37. Down 3.75. Hurting me. Up 6.57. Go Virgin Galactic. We have a winner. We have a winner. Brian. Brian. That's why he gave me a great big super chat. He's making loads of money. That's it from me. It's my final thought today. Boom. Thank you very much for joining me. Of course, today is a very special day. We'd like to thank all of those who are serving in the military, who have given their lives or who are badly injured or have had all kinds of negative experiences for serving all of us, taking care of all of us in the services. So we thank all of those on Memorial Day. I wish you all the very best for this afternoon. I hope you all do well. I will see you back tomorrow morning for the opening bell. Tomorrow morning, we are back with a GeoVax. We'll be back for GeoVax. We were back for Shopify in the morning and GeoVax in the evening. if you do decide, and you're just about running out of time, if you do decide that you want plug power in the morning and Soundhound in the afternoon, you've got a couple of seconds to book that in, or you can do a super thanks, or you can do a super chat in the extra channel. So tomorrow morning we've got Shopify, but Plug Power is available, Novavax is available, and in the evening we have GeoVax, but we also have Soundhound, Rocket Lab available, Rumble available, or whatever. If you want any one of those, members only request, $5 super chat. You can have that, and I'll make a promotional video when I come back after the what do you call it? The dermatologist. All right, that's it. Join me now on the extra channel, and that's it. What's the comments? Bless you. Just saw your comment, Stacey Bailey. What was that? Stacey Bailey. What did Stacey Bailey just say? What did I miss? Up 0.96. What did Stacey say? Thank you for that super chat, Brian. Where's Stacey Bailey? I don't see what the comment was. You're seeing comments. Oh, it's because banks using XRP are not utilizing the coin, and so it's not moving. Aha. Okay. I think that's what her comment was. I don't know. All right, that's it from me. Thank you very much indeed, and I'll see you back tomorrow morning, nice and early, with Shopify, followed by the opening bell, closing bell, and then GeoVax. And that's it from me. Also, that Predator face top is awesome. I'm definitely buying it. Absolutely great. I love it. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.